let's play some Inkbound. So I got a code for this ages ago. I don't remember when. I got a code to give this a try. When it entered early access, and I played through the tutorial, and I was like, "Well, it seems fine," but I really didn't have time to play, and it didn't actually quite catch me properly right then. And tomorrow, Inkbound is getting their 1.0 release. So I got another email from them, and Inkbound does have a co-op mode. You can see a Find Party over here. You can play with friends. So send me some extra codes. So I shared them with my friends because I'm like, I don't know, maybe we'll end up doing a group game together. Now, I haven't played it multiplayer yet, but my friends immediately installed the game, started playing it, and all they could do in the Discord for like the next 3 hours is talk about how much fun they're having this game. I'm like, okay, I better load this up and like fiddle with it. And yeah, this is a really good game. So this is by the same developers, as I understand it, as Monster Train. Obviously, Monster Train is quite a good game. Monster Train, if you don't know what it is, but if you know Slay the Spire, it's in the same sort of vein. Sort of this roguelite mechanic where you're doing a short run. Both Slay the Spire and Monster Train are very card-based. Monster Train, it's a little bit different, but basically still a deck building kind of thing. And here in Inkbound, it continues the spirit of the short-run roguelite type mechanic, but instead of being anything about like a deck builder or anything like that, it is kind of a turn-based tactical combat game. And when I say that, you might think of something like an XCOM-y kind of mechanic or something. It's completely different. I don't know, and maybe it's just I haven't encountered it before. I can't think of another game that plays like Inkbound. I think it's a very nice combat system. So we're going to go and jump in there to start off with. Now, there are a few different character classes, which the game refers to as aspects. My friends played as, they picked up the Moss Cloak, the Weaver, and the Obelisk. So I picked up the Magma Miner. You can switch your aspect anytime. You don't have a fixed character class. You can switch whenever you want. I've also unlocked the Clairvoyant and the Chainbreaker. I've played 1 or 2 games of the Clairvoyant. I think 2 games of the Clairvoyant, maybe 3 or 4 as the Chainbreaker, something like that. But I'll play as the Magma Miner for this first run because it's the one I have the most experience with. The short runs are only like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that. It might be a little bit longer because we're going to do an introduction and explanation and talk about what we're doing over here. But they're very short, fast runs, which is great. Username is this game possible? No, yeah, the name and game thing, I don't think there's going to be anything that applies over here. You can see that this class here is the 1 dot complexity. It is considered one of the simplest classes to play, which may be really good for our first run. And then there's certainly some more advanced stuff. The Chainbreaker's got 5-star complexity for some reason, which I don't quite understand because, I mean, I might be wrong, but so far it hasn't seemed that complex. Versus when I played the Clairvoyant, I'm like, this one here, this to me is like the 5-star complexity one, but anyway, we'll see when we get in. But yeah, we'll start with the Magma Miner. He's got a big stick and he hits hard. You know, he's not that sophisticated. It's going to be fine. We've also got this system, this cabinet of trinkets over here. You choose 1 trinket to start your run with, which can set some themes. I'm just going to run with this Blaze of Brigid over here. I do have 3 keys right here. I can unlock more trinkets. I haven't decided what to do. There's not even that many of them, but I'm like, no, I must hoard. What if I pick the wrong one? But the Blaze of Brigid is going to work out well thematically. It gives us Molten Sets, we'll talk about that. Incendiary is a new ability that can show up in drafts. So this is really good. If we're running this, we very naturally can orient ourselves towards a burn-based build. Burn is damage over time. So I think that's going to be a good pick. So here's how we actually start a run. In this sort of lobby area, there's a bunch of different NPCs you can talk to. There's a big quest system. If I load this up in this logbook, there's tons of different quests and things going on. These sorts of like achievement-based unlocks and things like that. So for the Magma Miner, for example, to finish some things, there's 1 extra variant for Leaping Strike I need, another variant for Smash I need to finish more of these. Some of these unlock cosmetics, some of these unlock more, I think vestiges is the term. When you play Slay the Spire, right, you can get cards and you can get trinkets, I think. If you play Binding of Isaac, if you play any of these roguelite games, you tend to get these little extra thingies, right, that affect your run. And in this game, they're called vestiges. You get a trinket, which is what you start with. You start your run that's kind of locked in. So I got my Blaze of Brigid. And then over here will be vestiges. I don't know why they chose that name. Is it count a little run over? It is, yes. It is. It came to a conclusion. So there are 3 different runs that we can do. There is a daily challenge that we can do every day. There's also a deep dive, which is a longer run. And there's the quick dive, which is what we're going to start with over here. So I'm gonna click on that, and you can see there's another player over here, sneaky, sitting around. My character is currently level 24, which is not very high. There's some people running around here, like someone passed me by a little while ago. It was like 250 or something like that. Yes, vestiges can also be traded and manipulated.
Oh, good. It's just you, Needless.
How's the sound? I don't want things to be too loud, and this guy just said something a little. There's a little voice acting.
For love of, your mic rustling is driving me nuts.
My mic is rustling? What's going on here? What do you mean? Is there an audio issue? Do we sound different than usual? Guys? Not getting it? Alright. Someone just messing with me? Or it's the, is it the in-game sound? When you speak, there's rustling. Okay, let me actually try a little something. So there was something that messed with my my volumes a little while ago when I had to do a freaking Zoom meeting, and we did change things. Hang on. If I bring up this gain over here, we can try to go with this audio mix as well. You can let me know if it's better, basically the same. There's some ch when speaking. Don't hear anything. There's some ch in the game. Hang on. I go and it was a second ago. Yeah, electricity sounds this Tesla machine. Maybe that's just there. Just happens to be happening at the same time. Anyway. This is better, this is worse. Excellent, no one can agree on anything. Wonderful. When you start your run, you do get another opportunity to tweak your aspect and tweak your trinkets if you decide to change your mind. And then we can choose where we're going in here. Now, it's not the same as like paths in Slay the Spire with the map, but there are different themes and different monsters in there. And also, if you've got your logbook, some of the quests will be looking to send you in different places. I don't know, I'll pick the left one. I'll pick the Silent Promenade here. Steadfast ruins in the silent city of Runestone, and still no whispers are heard. We're gonna do that. So, a little first area over here. We've always got an augment available to us. We can pick our first vestige, and we get a potion. As far as I know, this is absolutely constant. Potions are very simple. We just pick this up. We've got room for 2 consumables over here that we can bring into battle. I happen to get a barrier potion, which is going to give me shield, which is temp HP over my actual health bar over here. Cool. The augment is going to be a variant to one of my 3 abilities. So here, playing as this character, the Magma Miner, I think her name was, our abilities are Bonk, which I guess I can't preview over here, but it's sort of a line area attack. It's fairly short, like probably from like here, I might be able to just kind of graze this one over here. Kind of middling damage, but it's cheap. It's got, it uses 1, this is our will down in the bottom, the corner here. This is our energy or mana. It's called will in here. It just costs 1 of that, and it's got no cooldown whatsoever. We've also got Leaping Strike, which costs me 1 will and has a cooldown of 2 turns. It jumps us forward some amount, and it does damage in an area. And then we've got Smash, which costs 2 will, it has a 4-turn cooldown, but it does tons more damage. So 225 versus 45. Leaping Strike also does 45. So currently the Bonk and Leaping Strike do exactly the same damage, but different utility. This will change pretty dramatically. We've got room for 2 more bindings over here, which is what these abilities are referred to, because there's a whole sort of book and ink thing going on, right? So bindings kind of make sense. And you can see there's 3 little circles over here. Each one of these can be augmented up to 3 times. So if we click on the uncommon augment here, we can see what's available for us. So we've got the Wrecking Smash. So this would modify Smash over here. If I use Smash to defeat an enemy, I would gain 3 shields, so 3 temp HP. Oversized Bonk gives it a wider area and further range. And I've got Bolstered Leap over here. I don't know if it's guaranteed to give you 3 from 3 different abilities, or sometimes it might double up on some of them. This increases the damage of Leap, increases its range, and a slightly larger area of effect. I actually quite like the Bolstered Leap for mobility here, because it's often very useful to be able to move a little bit further when it happens, and the increased damage is nice, especially over like in the early game. This damage is actually going to be pretty effective. So I think I'll then take the Bolstered Leap. We also have the ability to do rerolls. You've got 2 currencies that you can use during a run. You've got, I think they're called quills, but W-I-L-L, which is over here. I've got 150. And these are called glyphs. Glyphs are used for re-rolling some things. Sometimes the quills are used for re-rolling things, but you can also get chat. So Tarnished Vault. This is going to be our vestiges over here. So we're going to pick one of these three. They've got two aspects, these vestiges. First, there's what it says in the text. So training weights here gives me 15 more physical damage. And this is actually percentage gain. The way that it's implemented here. It's not, as far as I can tell, it's not 15 flat damage. You can see from the tooltip over on the side over here, it says damage from physical sources deal 1% damage per point. So I mean, it's still quite good, and all three of my abilities are currently all physical on this character, so that wouldn't be too shabby. The Future Willer, on my first turn of battle, I would gain 2 will, so 2 extra energy, 2 extra mana, so I could use more abilities on the first turn, get more burst damage out, which is nice, and we get the Ink Needle Compass over here, which increases our crit damage. The crit mechanic in this game is kind of nice. It's not random. When you attack, it's not random on each attack whether it crits. Instead, what happens is every time your ability refreshes, every time it gets used, on the next time it comes up, it rolls then ahead of time to see if it's going to be a crit. So you'll actually get little flaming icons on these to tell you that it's got a crit charge. And that crit charge will remain until you use it. So it's actually very dependable and very easy to work on. In addition to the text that you've got here for the abilities, you've got these little symbols here, which are they're called sets, I think. And each one of these vestiges gives you a set. Sometimes they have more than one set in here. So in this case, the training weights gives me 1 striker set. Now just 1 isn't going to do anything, but if I end up with 2, you can see it says the 2 over there, that would be an extra 25 physical damage. If I keep stacking vestiges that have the striker set, then I will get more of these bonuses coming in. Future Willer is this ambusher set. The ambusher is all these things that say on your first turn, do blah. And if you stack those, then it'll also trigger on the second turn, or the second and third turn, or literally every turn if you just hardcore stack this, which could be pretty substantial, but is, maybe tricky to get that many. Ink Needle, we've got Precision here, which increases our crit chance. Very simpatico, works well together. I could spend some quill to re-roll this set if I wanted to. I think we can probably just go ahead and take the training weights, though. I think that's going to work well with what we've got currently packing, and that's going to be fine. So we're going to take that. Our sets are tracked over here, so you can see I got 1 point of striker. If I get enough to activate the abilities, they're going to start showing up with a different list. You see I've got another icon here, which is Molten. Because of the trinket I chose, this Blaze of Brigid, I do start with 1 point of Molten active as is. And it may have made sense, in fact, for me to re-roll to hopefully get something else that was burn-oriented with Molten set or something like that, because I clearly could have that going on. But we'll just go ahead for it for now. So I picked up everything to start with. Then we're going to choose our encounter. So currently we've got a choice of 2. Both of them are regular combat encounters. Sometimes there's also hard encounters, and we can see the rewards. The Tarnished Vaults, that's what I popped to get a set. The Quilling Cage just gives you some extra money. I think I'll go for the double Tarnished Vault here, just because I've got plenty of capacity for these trinkets. So let's go with that. What's the backstory of the game? I don't remember. You start off as like some sort of weird inky spirit in some realm, and then you're kind of given form. And the big thing is we've got this, is it called a quill? We've got this thing following us around. I can't remember what it's called. This spark. And we're apparently important because we got chosen for that. And there's this whole realm is kind of falling apart, but people are trying to rebuild it. There's a whole story, and I don't remember it, but it's kind of interesting, and I wish I could recall it better. So by clicking that, we go into this bridge. This area happened to have another potion. It's actually a epic potion. Elemental Ale. Until the end of the turn, on hitting, inflict 2 stacks of frostbite and 5 stacks of burn. Very cool. Maybe we'll save that for a difficult fight. So we're going to go ahead and begin combat over here. So combat in this game is turn-based, but it doesn't really feel turn-based exactly. First of all, I can walk around as much as I want over here. Look at that. Now, the way movement works is you do have a maximum movement that you can do per turn. You can see here, I can't move any further this way. This circle is indicating how much further I can walk. The other blue circle, here's what happens. Once I take an action here, once I attack, I will have locked in my movement. And this circle here, I believe, is going to show me how much movement I'm still going to have available next turn. But you have got all the flexibility in the world to plan your move. For example, let's say I want to use my bonk, which has got this sort of area over here. I can move around a bunch and figure out like a sweet spot, maybe while using the middle amount of movement, so I can hit more than one critter. So if I do this, I'm going to hit both these critters over here. I could also be like, well, what if I use my leaping attack? Actually, with my leaping attack, I can hit more than one. Now, there's this little tag over here. That's where I started. If you hit E, it'll actually back you up to where you started. So this is me using 0 movement at this point, which is kind of nice. So if I do that and sort of almost even hop in place, the leap strike doesn't use any movement, but we could do a minimal move over here. I could be like, okay, I'm gonna do this and hit all these guys. You can also see there's a 14 over my head. That's how much damage I'm gonna be taking when I end my turn, which is over here. I can keep doing actions until basically I've run out of willpower or if everything's on cooldown or something like that. But at some point I'll end turn, I'll take damage. Now, some of these guys, the ones with the lines, are just going to hit me regardless. They're just going to run up to me and hit me, and as far as I know, there's no way for me to avoid that. But there's also these circles. One of these dudes is doing this circle attack. I guess it's probably this one over here since there's no arrow leading from him. So he's got these overlapping circles. These are zones that if I stand in, I'll take more damage. You can see here in the middle, I'll take even more. So obviously, I want to try to take as little or ideally no damage as possible. We're going to talk about this power orb in just a second. So my leaping strike is on cooldown. I've also got my smash, which is huge amounts of damage. And I'll reset my movement just to make sure I got things. And the thing here with the most amount of hit points is probably one of these guys over here. And both these guys are guaranteed to hit me because they're just doing the arrow-based attack. So I would really like to remove them from contention. So tell you what, I'm going to attack this one because it might be more convenient to do a multi-smash down at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead or a multi-bonk, I should say. I'm going to do a smash here. Despite the icon, the smash can only hit one person. You can see here, it stops at the first target as opposed to the bonk, which goes through and can hit more than one. So if I don't move, I can go ahead and smash this guy, finish him off. Great stuff. There's all sorts of little mini quests and achievement to progress towards. Now, both these abilities are cooldown, and I've only got one win left. At this point, what I can do is I can trigger this power orb. If I do this, it gives you 1 extra will, so 1 extra energy. It also reduces all your cooldowns by 1, which is kind of nice, and in fact can get a lot better and a lot stronger. Seems a bit like Transistor, maybe. This one says more time style movement. Oh, I don't know more time. So we're going to go and use the rest of our energy here, probably on just bonks, which don't have any cooldowns. So if I do move a little bit over here, there you go. I'm going to bonk here, finish this guy off. He was going to explode when he dies. You can see a new radius, so I'm not going to want to end within that. And then what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to move over a little. Can I hit both these guys with one bonk? It looks like no. No, that's unfortunate. They're both arrow dudes, right? You're hitting for 2, you're hitting for 2, so it doesn't matter who I hit here. It's going to be the same amount. All right. I'll just take care of this guy here, and then I'm just gonna move out to be outside of all these radiuses, these radii, and go there. So I'm gonna take. You can see the number says 1. If I mouse over this guy, you can see it's this cross sword. He's doing 2 damage, but I have 1 point of shield. The one annoying thing I've got about this game, and maybe that'll change with the 1.0 release that's coming tomorrow, is you're not actually being previewed how much shield you're losing over here. Now here it's quite obvious, right? It's 1, okay, clearly I'm going to take some damage, but in some of the fights, the radii can be a little hard to figure out, and sometimes it'll say damage is 0, but because I'm taking 0 damage, but I don't know if I'm getting hit for a bunch of shield damage. As far as I can tell, there's no feedback for that. So let's say I had 10 points of shield here, and I'm moving around, and it's always saying 0, but I don't know if I'm actually taking like 8 points of shield damage, 4 points of shield damage, 0 points of shield damage. I don't know that there's a visual for that. Anyway, I'm going to go and just stop here. So we'll take 2 points, only one of which will be actual physical damage. There's that explosion. And I'm just going to bonk him a couple of times, apparently, to finish him off. Victory is ours. Fight is over. Cool. We got ourselves a binding tuner. This is going to unlock a new binding for us, so a new ability. So let's do that first and see what we can get. So Incendiary is in the pool for me because I've got Blade of Bridget, so it added Incendiary in these drafts. It does burn damage, so burn damage over time. I think we'll probably just go ahead and lean into burn damage because it's quite cool. I gotta say the lightning bolt ability is really, really, really awesome. You hit someone with it, they become shocked, and then when you hit the shock thing with another attack, all other enemies are dealt half that much damage. Per stack, actually, which is pretty phenomenal. If we shock someone and then we smash them, which is a large amount of single target damage, that's a pretty good combo. We might do that. But I'll take Incendiary first, because we're probably going to go in that. We got Cone of Cold available as well. That's fine. Cool. Now, this is only... no, this is not a sponsored stream. No, I might be talking like it is, but I'm just really enjoying the game. Incendiary is magic damage, so now we're getting kind of a bit of a split between magic and physical, but we're focusing on burn, so be it. All right, so we've got a 4th ability ready to go. It's got a 3-turn cooldown, costs 1 will. And then, yeah, we just got a couple of tarnished vaults, so each one of these will give us a new vestige. So we've got being offered the Ink Needle Compass again. We're being offered the Future Willer again. Kind of annoying to get dupes because there's a lot of stuff out there. And the Elusive Whisper is here. On your first turn, gain 1 stack of Blur, and it's got 2 sets. It's part of the Ambusher set, same as the Future Willer, which we were looking at previously. It's also part of the Swift set, which gives you extra movement per turn. What's interesting about this is even with just 1 tick of it, it's giving us some movement here. Since none of these are terribly cool, though it might be neat to do a crit set, I'm actually wondering about picking up the Elusive Whisper. I don't think I want the Future Willer, although it does let you front load a lot of damage. We could go with like crit plus burn. Actually, can work because one of the modifiers for Incendiary that you can get later is if it crits, it puts more stacks in there. We can re-roll, but I'd like to save my quills. You replace them? Yes. In fact, we will be churning through these aggressively. Art on Elusive looks cooler. Tell you what, we'll take Elusive. And the big part of the reason is a lot of these early ones, because they're just common. It's a little hard to tell here because you have nothing to compare to, but there's sort of a gray outline around it. We will get some that are green, blue, purple, gold for different rarity levels. So these are common levels. So we're probably not keeping them around for a very long time. And one thing you can do is you can just discard these whenever you want. There, I've just discarded it. It's on the ground. If I leave this area, it'll be gone, but you can just pick it up again, so it's back. But you'll also be able to put these into a machine. I can't remember what it's called, some sort of grinder. And what it does is it destroys this vestige, but the sets on it will stick around for you. So what you're doing is at that point, you're losing the text part of it. So we would no longer have the on first turn, gain 1 stack of Blur, but we would still have 1 point of the Swift set. I guess I can look here. The Swift set and the Ambusher set. We'd have a point each permanently. It says permanent, but it means permanent for this run. So that's one of the other aspects you can do for these earlier picks. It's less about maybe the text and more thinking about, well, I'm probably going to get rid of these at some point anyway, so maybe what I care more about are the sets. Quilling Catcher. Quillings is just money, just currency in this game. So this gives us more money, and the set, if we stack more of it, gives us even more money. Stroke of Genius gives us more magic damage. Now, this is only going to help out with Incendiary right now, but it's something. It's part of the Enchanted set, which gives more magic damage. Decayed Binding. On your first turn, your attack bindings do 50% bonus damage. Front-loading damage is nice. It's another Ambusher, which would give us a second one. We got to get it before to use more than one. But this might be nice. Again, just as a temporary thing might be okay. Or what we do is we take the thing that just gives us more money early on, just because we do that, and then later on we trash this thing, and who cares? But we've made extra money. I think I'm going to take one of these two. I can make an argument for either one of them. I think I'm going to take the Decayed Binding. Boom, done. All right, so we got 3 choices over here. On the left, Binding Empowerments. So if we go here, we'll go to a room, which gives us a free Binding Augment. That's just like the what I did for the Leaping Strike over here, modifying one of our current bindings. And it gives us the option to purchase another one. I don't know what the cost is on that. I feel like sometimes it might be 200, which we don't have enough Quillings for, so maybe not that right now. But it's quite good because augmenting your bindings is always a positive. Sometimes the vestiges don't turn out to be that useful right now, but augmenting your bindings is always good, so I do like to do that. But I'm worried about the cost. I don't remember. I might need a 200 Quilling, so this might not be that useful. We still get the one freebie, but otherwise not that exciting. This one here, Carver's Refuge. This is a place where we can heal, although you spend, I think it's 150 Quillings to heal, I think 15 HP. We're fine now. We're just down 1. And you can also buy augments and buy more vestiges there. But again, we're broke, so we're not going to do that. 250 for the purchase one, you think, Fortino? Okay. And then finally, we got the Sea Breach over here, which is what I'm going to do here. This is a rift in the story, creates an opportunity for you to make a powerful choice. Because this isn't going to require me to have money, although sometimes, yes. But we're going to do this right now because it'll be interesting to show off, and I think is fine. Always, we got to look for these glowing things. Clicking on these actually gives us more Quillings, and I had a quest to break Destructibles here, so cool. So we just got another 13 Quillings. We're going to get some more over here. Cool stuff. And we're clicking on the Sea Breach and see what it says. A quill, which are the little blinking, or the little floating lights. That's the thing following me. A quill lights the darkness of the sea of ink and the scattered stories within it. The quill zips between the stories looking for its binder counterpart. But the zipping becomes a crawl, and the little light shows signs of discouragement. Perhaps some reminder of their binder could help them to rediscover their drive. What do you offer? Do you offer the lost quill anything? So option 1, offer your hope. Increase damage by 25% for 3 combats and gain quillings. Incoming damage. So we're going to take more damage for 3 fights, but we're going to get a bunch of money. Offer your agility. Minus 30 movement for 3 combats, restore 50 HP. I mean, that's a lot of health restore, but we're literally only down 1 hit point. Offer your will. Minus 1 will reserve for 3 combats, gain a random ascension. Now, that means we're only going to start with 3 mana instead of 4, which is a pretty big deficit. I don't remember what an ascension is, but it's probably good. Does anyone remember what an ascension is? Inkbound ascensions. Less common, much more powerful way to upgrade your bindings are ascensions. Oh! Okay. All are legendary rarity, range from doubling binding. Okay, no, that is quite strong. Okay. We're going to go with Offer Your Will. So the next 3 fights will be a little trickier because we're not going to have as much mana to go around. But it's early in the game. Hopefully the fights are still going to be easy. So we're going to do that. I think we have to get through the 3 to get our reward, though. Okay, so we've got an option of a hard combat, or normal combat. Since we're going with minus 1 will, we're going to go with the normal combat here. And I don't think we can risk a hard one. Now, the combat does scale as you continue into this dive. There are different difficulty settings as well. I think I've only unlocked... You start at level 0. I think I've unlocked the level 1 difficulty, which is what this run is on. But as far as I know, that keeps going up quite a bit. All right, we got a good amount of baddies. These guys are small. They're going to charge me as well. So killing them first seems pretty good because they're doing the line attack, which means they're guaranteed to just hit me. And they're fairly easy to kill. So I could try to jump on them, which actually would finish them off. I think that's dealing 99 damage. Nice. We've also got the Incendiary, which can set some things on fire, which actually will kill these guys. The Incendiary does damage up front, 75, which is exactly how many hit points they've got. Set burn. I could do it here and set this guy on fire at the same time, which actually seems like a pretty good way to get it started. Yeah, the combat is turn-based. I mean, you can move around flexibly, choose what you're doing, position yourself perfectly. As soon as you do the attack, it locks in your movement and, eats that much of it. But I'm just going to stand where I am right now. Yeah, it's not big enough. I can almost hit this guy as well, but no, we can't do it. So I'm going to do this. We're just going to kill these little dudes, set this guy on fire. I might just do the leap here because it will also kill the other dude and deal damage to this guy, which seems okay. So we're gonna do that. These little purple things, these are enemies that are gonna spawn next round in combat. Let me go and pick up the power orb. Bring down cooldowns, give me 1 extra will, which is good. And now what I want to do is probably smash this guy, because this one's on the way to take more damage. I'm gonna smash him for lots of damage. Oh, and kill him. I didn't even realize. Oh shit. I guess I could have killed him and let that guy burn. All right, missed efficient. I forgot that we're so early in that these things don't have very many hit points. So I'm just going to move out of this. So here's an example of the damage, right? It says I'm taking 0 damage. It says I'm taking 0 damage. But here, this guy's actually doing 1 damage in this radius. So if I stay in here, I'm going to lose my 1 shield. If I go out here, I'm no longer losing the shield. Unless I'm blind, and frequently I am blind. I don't think there's any feedback that tells us the difference visually between this. So I definitely want to be out of here so I retain my shield point for the next round. Wait, I thought that was the game where you fight on the page of an evil book. There are a lot of book-based ones. So, we got some more of these guys. My cooldown Incendiary is still up, although I'll be able to refresh it with this power orb. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a jump to here. Whoa, look at that. Look, oh my god. I'm going to hit absolutely everything with 1 leap. How come these guys are going to live? Oh, right. My leap strike was doing bonus damage in the first round of combat because of my decayed binding. Well, this still seems like a pretty good move. We're gonna do that. I'll pick up this power orb for the energy and the cooldown. Now for the Incendiary. I can kill that. I mean, I can also kill these with a bonk, although... Oh, but this is quite good. I can hit all 3 of the little dudes and the big guy next to me with this bonk. I'll do that, and then I'm gonna use Incendiary here. So it's not quite going to kill them. The bonk won't either, but then they will die after they attack. The damage over time happens after they get their attack. which is a little annoying because we're going to get hit regardless here. And there's no way for me to avoid it because of their arrow attack here. I think what I'll do is I'll drink the barrier potion right now since I'm full on my 2 potions anyway. So we're going to drink that to give me more shield here so we don't lose any hit point damage. Oh, I still have a bonk. You know what happens? This happens to me all the time playing this game. When you've got your ability selected, it's previewing what your energy will go to. But I forget that. So what had happened is I'd selected the ability and I saw 1 over here. And I thought, all right, so it's going to cost me 1 to use this. And I have 1 right now. So that's done. But it's showing me that I would have 1 after I use the bonk. This happens to me all the time in this game. So nothing selected. We have 1 energy. As soon as I click this, it goes to 0 immediately. I wonder if there's an option to disable that because it always messes me up. I assumed I was out of stuff. I don't think I can hit all 3 here, which is annoying. But I'm frustrated that I used the shield because I definitely don't need it. I mean, they're all gonna... Oh, there it is, all 3. I take no damage. So I use this shield potion for nothing. I don't know, maybe it'll be relevant next round. But yeah, I do that all the time. Oh, they're just too far. I can't get the radius to hit them all. I think we'll be fine, though. Did I? I thought you were in the... Dang it. That's fine. You're still going to die here. And then you're definitely... there. You're not dying, but you're not doing a line attack, which is great because I can just step out of that. And now you're just dead. Okay, we're going to take a binding tuner, which is going to unlock another binding for us. So our options are, we can take an ability called Invigorate. Your next attack binding deals double damage. I mean, I guess this is nice because I can stack it with Smash. And I'm betting there's some upgrades for this that do some cool stuff. I don't think I've ever picked Invigorate. Then, like, it costs an energy. I could just use the energy on a... Well, the bonk has been renamed to Thwack. This does happen. But yeah, we can use it to prep a big smash. Or to prep before a big AoE. We can do that. Afterimage. An ally gains 1 stack of blur and gains critical charge on a random binding. I don't know if you can target yourself with this. I think you count as your own ally for purposes, but I'm not entirely sure. And then Quicken. Reduce your other cooldowns by 1 and gain 20 movement. So there's some cool possible tech. I've never picked Invigorate, so I'm going to pick Invigorate here. You can reroll. Right? So I could use this glyph to reroll this, and maybe that would be the right thing to do. Thank you for Tino. She says I can target myself. There are 2 other abilities I often really like to go with Magma Mine. One is a Cleave, which inflicts bleed damage, and the other one I really like is, I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically like the Scorpion, get over here. This like chain attack that reaches out at a fairly long range, pulls someone in. It does damage, and also it marks them so that the next attack deals like double damage or 50% more damage or something like that. But it's great for like grouping people up for other AoEs as well. So we could reroll to go there. Fotino says Afterimage is strong. It's interesting because it could also set up for a crit. Blur is quite a nice effect. Reduce all incoming damage by attacks by 1 per stack. So we could stack this. Bonk has been renamed to Thwack. Yes, it's proper English for adults. Why do you ask? I mean, it's good for survivability. We don't have any defensive powers right now. Tell you what, we'll go in with Aftermage and we'll play with it and see how it feels. We've got this Quilling Cage, which is going to give us a bunch of money, and we've got the Tarnished Vault over here. So, we do have our... I don't know what the rarities are referred to in here. I would, based on other games, I'd be like common, uncommon, blue for rare, purple for epic, and yellow for legendary, which might be what they're called, but doesn't actually say it in the thing. So, Station Grade Klaxon. On your first turn, gain 50 movement. This is another ambusher thing, so we could keep trying to stack those to get these to be useful multiple turns. It's also another stack of Swift for movement speed. I don't know if I'm sold on us needing this right now. Alchemist Tool Belt. On consuming an item in combat, so our potions over here, gain 70 Omni damage until end of turn. So I believe the Omni damage, and we don't get a tooltip here, I believe the Omni damage works the same as physical damage and magic damage, but applies to every type of damage. And that is quite a lot of damage, but only for 1 turn. It gives us a point in the Alchemist set, which we don't currently have anything for, although it can generate a bunch of potions, which is cool. So right, like you really commit to this. With the Alchemist set, you commit on, I'm going to use 1 million consumables every combat. and I'm going to get a bunch back, which is cool. The Starwalker set is very funky. So bindings that do not deal damage have reduced cooldown. So right now this would only apply to after image, but you can do some weird stuff. Liar's Dice is interesting. So on your turn, 33% chance to gain 30 Omni damage till end of turn. I'd say the bigger thing for it is the set bonus if you get it going. Treasure pots are sort of like treasure goblin enemies. They only stick around for like 3 rounds. If you kill them, then you get a good reward. If not, they leave. And here we can stack permanent Omni damage if we go and do those. I don't know. None of them are like huge contenders for things. This could be good because if we kill a few treasure pots early, assuming we get a second stack of this, then we can get a little bit of Omni damage just sitting around, which might be okay. The Swift is handy. It's not the most critical thing in the world, but it's handy, and we could just stack some ambushers and just feed them to things. But yeah, both the Klaxon and the Alchemist Tool Belt have 2 sets each. We don't have either one of these. We do actually have some of both of these. So maybe we take the Station Grade Klaxon just because it stacks with some of the sets we've already got. Okay, so over here, we do have enough money to maybe make some purchases. So on the left here, we've got Vestigial Shrines. So this will give us a device that we can feed one of our vestiges to. Now, we will run into, I think it's called a shredder or something like that. We'll run into these devices before, where what we do is we take one of these vestiges, we just feed it into the machine, and we lose the vestige. But the set icon from it will stick around with us permanently until the end of this run. So we'd feed it in, we'd lose the plus 15% physical damage, we'd keep the set icon, and that's the idea. Is we're going to get more and more vestiges, we're going to want to replace some, so why not keep the bonuses around? This one here works exactly the same, except it gives you double the sets. So if we were to feed in the Klaxon, for example, it would give us 2 stacks of Ambusher, which would actually bring us to a total of 4. It would give us 2 stacks of Swift, which would bring us to a total of 3, which would be nice. We would lose the on for your first turn, gain 50 movement, but those things would be locked in quite well. Yeah, we could shred the one we just picked up, activate the set bonus, and then what we could do is we could look into more Ambusher items, like the Elusive Whisper. So now, on the first 2 turns, we would gain a stack of Blur, and we could look into more things like that and actually build around that set. That's one possibility. Second one over here is the Binding Empowerments, the one we looked at before. We get 1 free Binding Augment, so we can augment one of our spells, one of our abilities, and then the option to purchase another, which I will, and we do have enough money for that. And over on the right, we can go to the Hovel. So I think actually, I don't have a quest listed for it, but I feel like when these pop out, it usually advances one of the quests. And these can be used for unlocks and things like that. I'm tempted to do this just so we can look at it and see, but I kind of want to shred one of my things. What do we think, chat? If we go over here, usually there's like a couple of pickups or a little bit of rewards, and then it changes to some other area afterwards. But maybe we should just show off the shredder. Can we do that? When you cross these bridges, look for a little glow on the side. Sometimes you can fish. All right, here it is. Vestige Extractor. And yeah, I think I'll feed the Klaxon over here to it. So you'll see it's highlighting these traits. So we'll go to Swift 3 and we'll hit Ambusher 4. There you go. Cool. It frees up a slot. All right, now we're going to go into a fight. Now we still have the -1 will effect going on, so we're going to go ahead into combat encounter, the regular combat encounter, not a hard one. So we're still operating on -1 will. Gonna do that. Oh, we get a new potion. Lovely. Ooh, Bloodthirst Blend. Until end of turn, losing HP grants 10 stacks of Vigor. I can't remember what Vigor does. But we've got a couple of cool powers. We're probably going to get one of their boss fights soon. So I'd like to go into the boss fight with both of those. But oh, there were some breaker bows next to the shredder. Okay, we might be able to backtrack for that. All right, Power Orb. These guys are going to go to me. We got this Rhino thing with 500 hit points. Aggressive. On being hit, it'll turn to face the attacker. It is a glass cannon, so it deals increased damage, but takes increased damage. We do 50% more damage this turn, so the ideal would be to smack this as hard as possible. However, we do have one of these treasure pots. Now, unfortunately, we don't have 2 stacks of... well, I guess we didn't go that way at all. Never mind, for the treasure thing. We still would like to kill this before it leaves. It's got a lot of hit points. Yeah, every 25% max HP threshold will drop some Quillings. Defeating it will drop even more. We'll flee combat after 2 turns. So very time limited to kill this. We also want to, win the fight. So how do we balance all those things? I guess we probably want to use the after image whenever we can. If we can get the crit to land in the smash, that would be really nice. Let's do this. We'll give us a stack of blur, which is going to help defend against these guys. The crit landed on incendiary, which I could go, and actually I could start this guy burning, which might not be the dumbest idea. No, we don't have 50% every turn. We only have the first level of this unlocked. We have 4 points in it, so Ambusher's going to trigger the first 2 turns. Not every turn, but still not too bad. If I go... I think I will do this. Can I hit all 3 of these? No. We'll do that. And then I don't have enough energy right now, although if I pick up this power orb, then I can smash... Hey, this guy's going to take how much from the burn? Yeah, 10 per stack. This number will change because you can get things that increase your burn damage. I'm going to take 80 from there. I think I just smash this guy, and then we don't have to worry about hitting him any further than this. We do get blur on our first turn anyway, but now we got 2 stacks of it. It does all the stacks go away, but now we got more, and these 2 are guaranteed to hit us. Although, I don't see a damage icon on the mouse over. So I don't know what they're hitting us for. So if I mouse over here, it says X, like 4. Are these guys not actually hitting me for any damage? Maybe they're just debuffing me. Curious. We have no more energy, so all I'm going to do is move out of the way of this guy's charge. Park myself over here, and call that good. Oh, is it calculating the blur into their damage icon? Again, I don't know if I like that or not. But yeah, maybe because looks like they're only doing 1. We still have 1 blur, so they must have been hitting for 2. I'm guessing this, and they must be hitting for 2, but -1 from the blur. See, this is a little confusing, so I'd see here, I'm like, oh, they're hitting for 1, but it's okay, I have a point of blur, therefore I'm not taking damage from them. But I guess I am still taking 1 damage from them. Also, they may have, well, something threw that in these zones. But we got our treasure goblins, so we've got lots of quillings now, which is great. I think what we're going to do here is I'm going to jump in here, deal lots of damage to these guys. I'm going to click the power orb, gives us more will, but also gives me more, reduce my cooldowns. The only guy arrowing me is this, and I can't kill him, unfortunately. So the important thing is that I'm going to have to end outside this zone over here. You can see here, again, 0, presumably because of the blur, presumably I've got a little bit of shield as well. I think I would like the raw numbers to be shown. There's not an option for it, is there? Hold Alt toggle visibility of combat details? Oh, it's that. Actually, first of all, I think I do want those on all the time. But yeah, I think I would like to see the raw numbers a little bit more. Because yeah, I'm not taking any damage, but I'd like the info. So there's no way for me to hit more than 1 thing. If I do this guy will actually die afterwards from the burn, which is kind of nice. Yeah, I'm just gonna stand here, hit this guy, and then take my movement, move out of all that stuff. Not using our potions. Be a little annoyed if we get another potion drop. I think that guy hit me for, you see the little blue 1 go off, so it was negated. I get after image here. I might not need it, because the Rhino Inkling over here, I can just dodge his thing. These 2 can't be dodged, but I can probably just kill them. Go here, pick this up, reduce some cooldowns, hit this guy with the big one. No, I won't quite kill him. Almost, but not quite. But yeah, he's still gonna hit me regardless, for 1. Alright, not the end of the world. This guy's been taking damage steady from the burn. He's already dead. Alright, Inklings. Oh, and before I forget... Okay, hang on. Can you leave that there for a sec? I wonder if the lootable's still over here. Yep. Cool. If you drop a vestige, once you open the bridge, it disappears. Which can be annoying sometimes when you go and you find a shredder in the next room, and you're like, oh, hold on, I want to shred the thing, but you can't go back for it. Okay, brace belt. This shield mechanic is quite cool. So brace belt, on your first turn, gain 5 shields. Now, this doesn't actually have the ambusher trait. So I think it is just on the first turn. Now, I don't think shield goes away at the end of turn, so it's still kind of useful. And it does have the bastion set, which is kind of nice and just increases the amount of shields you get per shield action. Here's when you're below 50% HP, gain 4 shielding. It's also bastion and Star Walker, so it's kind of nice maybe even if you don't care about the ability so much to just stack the sets. Misting bells. On collecting an orb, gain a shield. This is kind of nice because we do get an orb every single turn, and we can actually build your character to actually generate multiple orbs per turn sometimes. But I think the shielding matrix has to be... Hold on. Gain 4 shielding. This doesn't give me 4 shield. This just makes it so that any shield generating effect generates 4 extra shield. The ideal would be defense matrix and misting bells, because if I'm below 50%, pick up an orb, I would get 5 shield. I think we pick it up regardless here. We don't have anything that generates shield. So maybe it's a little bit silly because I could take Misting Bell first because it would actually have a value. But this is actually kind of nice in that we could pick this up and then pick up other shielding items afterwards. Oh, shielding gives you a point of shield every turn? Shield does go away at the end of the turn. Oh. Sorry, this is not plus 4 shield. So this would be at the start of every turn while I'm below 50%, I get 4 shields? Okay. Yeah, all right. See, it's not exactly clear, and there's not a built-in, like, infopedia kind of thing. There is a wiki for it, but not every mechanic is absolutely clear. I found, like, sometimes when you're picking the cards, sometimes it gives you a tooltip, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. We've got enough cash we could spend it. I think... Okay, there's another vestigial shrine for the shred for double value here. But I think what I need to do is get some empowerments. There's another sea breach here. I think I want to go binding empowerment. Oh yeah, the shielding icon here. No, the mouse over doesn't give me anything. I know it's behind my head. I can go stats. Shielding. Amount of shield you start the turn with. Okie dokie. Okay. Okay. That is much stronger than I thought. Yep, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. So I think I'm gonna go with minus, because it's gonna be cool to show off more of the augments. So we got the normal augment, we got the rare. I'll do the rare first. Yeah, it is 200. Maybe someone said 250. Maybe on different difficulties the price goes up. Because I remember 200 in my head, but maybe it varies. So critical bonk would increase its crit chance and its crit damage by quite a lot. Prepared incendiary on turn start, full cost discount. So incendiary is going to be free every turn. If somehow I can reset the combat mid-turn, then it won't be free the second time. It does have a cooldown, so it being free is good. Deal breaker. Quickening image is interesting. So this is a modifier for after image over here. When I would use after image, it also reduces the cooldown of another random binding by 2. There's also a little symbol here. This tells you you've never taken this before, and so it might be preferential because I've never taken after image before, so I've never got to develop it. And there's achievements for finishing all those. So if you see those symbols, it can be quite desirable to go after that first. This is kind of interesting because of its ability to like tweak and reduce cooldowns. Part of me kind of just wants to go critical bonk. We don't really have a crit build though. I could re-roll. Can the random hit one with no cooldown? No. As far as I can tell, all these abilities will only ever target something that it will give you value for. So if you only have one skill that's currently on cooldown, if you use that, you know, assuming we take it and then use it, it'll guarantee land on that, which is very nice. Maybe I'll take this if nothing else because I've never taken it. You know, achievement unlock, get this augment. So if we take a look at our logbook down here in the aspects, link. Is it because it's the first time taking it? I was gonna say I would have expected it to be in here somewhere, but anyway, it'll track to make sure you've gotten all those. All right, let's go for an uncommon augment. So none of these are new. None of these are nothing I've taken before. Wrecking Smash. Again, if I kill something with Smash, we get shield. It's not always guaranteed to kill something with it. Smoldering Bonk seems pretty good. Just inflicts 2 stacks of burn. We haven't picked up anything with more Molten. We did start with more Molten, so it does naturally feel like we should focus on burn. We picked up Incendiary, so I think if we focus on burn and then things that increase our burn damage, I think we'll have a pretty good time. So I'm going to take Smoldering Bonk. Plus, it's fun to say. Harvest Refuge for the shop. Oh, we got a fish! Now, the fish gives you a buff that lasts into the next combat. Lost at end of combat. So I think what I can do is I can take this fish, put it in this potion slot, eat the fish, pick up my potion again. I think we're good here. If I'm wrong, let me know. So the shop zone always has this this well to restore hit points. We're only down 2, so it's not worth doing. It's got a vendor over here that we can buy bindings for. And again, we can re-roll these, although we'd be rolling these for quillings. We'd be re-rolling this for money. On your turn, gain a critical charge on a random binding. Maybe we are supposed to go with a crit build. The other thing we can go is get another copy of Decayed Binding, which A, stacks, but B, just gives us more ambushers that we can feed into things. Frostfire Ember is great if we hit something with Frostbite. We don't have any way to generate Frostbite right now, so we might not get this, although it does have a Molten set and the Everfrost, and there can be cool synergy that we can build around there. I'm going to leave that for now. What I'm going to do is I'm always going to buy the Augment over here abilities, because the Vestiges, you only have these 7 slots, and so you have to recycle these, but these are always quite good. Precise Image, so this would be another augment for After Image, which I've never had before, which is why I get the symbol. Target gains Precise, so I'd put it on myself and get plus 100 crit damage per stack. On critting, lose all stacks. Okay, so it doesn't go away at the end of the round or anything, which is good. It's not going to do anything if we don't crit. Game is really trying to be like, no, you want to go crit build this time. On the other hand, we pick up Smoldering Bonk, which we already have, but we can get a second Smoldering Bonk. Put even more burn on things, which I kind of like. Even though the game keeps giving us crit stuff this particular run, I'm going to try to force a burn build so that our Bonk is extra smoldering. Ooh. But the Decayed Binding is really cheap. No, okay, hold on. I'm going to take Counter Assistance because it's great. There's no reason not to take Counter Assistance. It's awesome. I'll take Decayed Binding, probably with the intention of throwing into a machine later on. We'll do that. Done. Excellent. You can talk to this fella.
You're gonna buy something, just keep gawking like that.
What's up, dude? All right, so we're gonna fight a Guardian battle. So, mini boss, not the end boss of this particular run. Mini boss, the Rhinferno, is here. He gets these little bomb bits. If we defeat them, they're gonna explode. But we're gonna want to defeat them because they're attacking us anyway. So sure. Oh shite! I still have the -1 will, which is awkward. Well, we're gonna do the Elemental Ale for sure. And front load some burns. We could do Bloodthirst Blend because we're gonna get hit by the Rhinferno regardless because of the zone here. Does anyone know what Vigor does? Because until the end of turn, losing HP, gain 10 stacks of Vigor. And there's no tooltip here, and it's not a stat on my stat page that I can mouse over. Smoldering Burn sounds like an Elvis B-side. Crossfire Ember would have given you another burn set for added stacks. Oh, right. Yeah, that's true. Maybe I should have taken it just for the Molten. Well, I can't hit everything. Although the bomb bits are going to die, like, trivial easy, right? By just Leaping Strike, they're all going to die. Yeah, which is probably exactly what we're going to do. On hitting, restore 1 HP and lose 1 stack per enemy hit. Okay. So it gives me some the Vigor gives me some lifesteal. I'm not going to worry about using it this turn. I will go and drop Incendiary. I mean, I'm going to be killing both these bomb bits with the leap probably, or maybe I don't have to leap. If I do this, because I want to put the burn on the boss. Also a crit burn, or whatever that might be worth. I'm not sure that the crit was best used on the opening damage here. Or sorry, no, the crit is just set by itself. I was getting confused with the Decayed Binding, which affects all my attacks anyway. So I figure I probably should smash the big guy in this first round just because we've got so much extra damage going on. Although, As I said, that'll use up all my will, but that's not true because I can pick up this little orb here and then still do the leap. Maybe I'll leap first. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what order I do this in. I guess, hold on. It does matter if I care about what cooldown gets reset first. This guy's going to keep summoning little bomb bits. I think I would like... I'm going to leap, because then when I pick up the power charge, it'll reduce the cooldown on leaping strike, so it'll be available next turn to help me kill more bomb bits. Then I'm going to hit this guy with the smash for lots of damage. And then he's doing like a radius-based set of damage. The further away I am, and I want to be outside the radius of the bomb bits anyway, the less I'll take. I don't think I can go less than 2 here in just this outer area. Yeah. So we'll just take the 2. You can see, like I said, the bomb bits are going to be back. I can still kill them in one go with the leap, which seems great. So I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to trigger the power charge, which also means I'll have the leap again next turn. I'm going to want to keep stacking burns on the boss. Do I want to after image? I'm not going to take any damage this turn. Because the boss is doing a charge, I can get behind him. So, I mean, obviously, we will thwack him using up this crit. I mean, the crit sticks around until you use it. But yeah, and I do want to just keep stacking burn charges on him. And yeah, I'll just give him another thwack. And then just move behind him and take no damage. This reminds me of a boss fight in World of Warcraft in the Wrath of the Lich King expansion. There's like this arena raid. You're just in one arena the entire time. And one of the bosses has like this sort of charge thing that you've got to move, let it slam into a wall. Here, slamming into the wall doesn't do anything, but it still gives me that vibe. So we're gonna repeat this pattern. Yeah. Oh, right. Now our leap isn't doing enough because we don't have our extra our plus 50%, unfortunately. Maybe, hold on. What kind of bonk nonsense can I do here? No, I can't hit them both with a bonk. Scarlet Crusade Arena, yeah. Or Argent Tournament, yeah. That one. Wrath of the Lich King is when I did all my hardcore raiding. This might reset the cooldown on Incendiary, but I think the area of Incendiary is too small to hit both of these. So, I don't know. I'll do the leap. I'm not going to worry about the blur, because I don't think we're taking damage this round. I'm going to do this to kill this bombit and drop the crit on the boss. Then I'm going to do this to kill the other bombit. And yeah, I'll just go... Oh, wait, he's not doing the charge forward. I'm wrong. He's doing the howl thing. I mean, this is only -1 damage. No, I'm going to hit him and then just try to get as far as possible from his howl. Oh, there. I can get out of range. Never mind. Cool. It's a nice thing, when this guy's on the edge of the map, you can actually outrange his howl. Just barely. They also have these mode changes when they hit, so now they might have a different behavior, and usually when you trigger the mode change as well, they don't take damage. So Rhinferno deals 15% more damage and launches 2 bombs towards the player. Excellent. Yeah, he's going to turn to face us all the time, which is groovy. These bombits are nicely lined up for the crit. There it is. I'm going to go and drop more fire on the boss. I'm going to pick this up, in with the slam. Just good damage. Yeah, I think all the burn fell off. We need a mode change. And then we'll just sidestep his charge. All right. Attacking from inside the lava does 3 immediate damage. What? There's definitely a sound. Is there an indicator somewhere? This is happening? We're not taking damage, right? The yellow number. What yellow number? Yellow number above my head. Oh, choose an attack. Oh! So my attacks are being augmented by 3 damage. Well, that's news to me. It looks like it's not going to work on the leap, which is too bad. Yeah, we're not talking about the remaining health side of it. Wait, no, you take damage. Oh! No, you don't do more. Okay. Okay, yeah, people were explaining it a little unclear. I'm pretty sure that being in the lava was bad. But the way it was, people were saying it, I thought you meant I was going to deal more damage. But no, as soon as I attack inside the lava, I lose 3 hit points. Okay. That's what I thought. I'm like, oh, I guess there's a pros and cons from the lava. I'm going to take some damage, but I guess maybe I could deal more. But no. I wonder does picking up the power orb from inside the circle give me damage? I mean, I don't have to. No, okay, because it's just the attack. From here. One nice thing about the game is it doesn't actually let you attack if there's not a legal target. Well, this one might be different if I click here, just because of the nature of the AoE. But generally speaking, it doesn't let you attack if you don't have a target. But that's glowing there. I do kind of wish I could rotate the screen. I haven't figured that out, if it's even an option. Some burn, and then I'm just going to move out of here. I can't make it to outside of this danger zone completely, so we're just going to do that. There's a few more rounds of combat here. Maybe I should have used it a little sooner, because I'm right out of damage. Okay, so I got the vigor stacks now. Oh, and in turn you lose the stacks anyway. Okay, so yeah. Wasn't wasted my mind not doing it sooner. But I will be hitting multiple enemies by doing this. Yeah, there we go. I can see the +2. That's quite cool. You. I have to kill the vomit. Can't do it and hit the boss. That makes me sad. I think it still makes sense to go and just kill the vomit here. Maybe, hold on. There might be a weird... It's so close. Well, we covered a good amount of hit points. That's the best thing about this game is it can be played co-op, so much fun finding synergies with friends. Yeah, I think, so on Tuesday nights, tomorrow night, that's when I do my gaming session with my friends. We do board games or D&D or different things, or increasingly more and more video games. We used to meet in person every Tuesday for like, God, a decade. And when COVID hit, we just moved to online, and we just haven't moved back to in real life because playing online has given us so many extra options to mix in different games. And I think we're probably going to give this a try. So, part of me wonders for science about doing this and seeing if I'm going to take damage. I think the answer is no, though. I don't think we will, since it's not giving us the indicator. And also... Let me actually start with this. I think it's... Yeah, the boss has got a yellow glow. Good. Do that. Yeah, it won't because the attack doesn't start in the lava. Cool. Boom. Then it's going to blow. Where's the... Oh, there's the power charge. I don't always see the power charge. I mean, standard sort of Quill is blind kind of stuff. There. Oh, I went the wrong way to potentially avoid all of his damage, but you can still come over here and mill. This purple area will give you damage if you stand in the end of the turn. But I was going to say, I'm pretty sure there's a gap here I can find. And he died to burn. Cool. After you fight the big monster boss, you do get to do a heal after you fight the guardians. So we're gonna do another. Okay, this is the Ascend binding, so quite transformative. That's what we're looking for. This is what we took the -1 will. So our leaping strike, and we could spend glyphs to re-roll it. to presumably land on a different binding if we wanted to. But this would modify the Leaping Strike. Option 1 is Excavate, which does increase its cooldown to 3 turns instead of 2, which I don't love because I do like Leaping Strike's mobility. It is possible to get a binding augment that reduces the cooldown on Leaping Strike, which is quite desirable. But this increases the damage, so from a base 66 to 89. On hitting an enemy for the first time with this binding, gain a moderating amount of quillings. We actually mine them for money. That's a pretty good source of money generation, which is great. Other alternatives turn it into Crater. Leap a long distance. Oh, it still says long distance. Same damage, but it's in a large area. Gain 1 additional stack of heat for each enemy hit. So I actually haven't talked about heat. The Magma Miner has a base built-in passive called Heat. You generate 1 stack of heat whenever you hit an enemy, granting 10% attack bonus, or 10% bonus attack per stack. Every 5 stacks, gain 1 shield, 15 movements. On turn end, or using a binding without damaging an enemy, lose all stacks. So, this constantly resets. So it is nice to generate more heat. I like this as a bigger area, and I like that it doesn't increase the cooldown. I kind of like this generates tons of cash. I don't tend to use the glyphs. We could re-roll and see what else it lands on. But I think I might... do we go greedy with Excavate? Again, I don't like that it increases our cooldown. I've played with it before. It does generate decent money. Let's re-roll once and see what we get. I don't tend to use my glyphs. So this would be a variant for After Image. What's great about this is I haven't done any of these yet, so it will progress our quest, so we might just do this anyway. Refraction. So an ally gains 4 stacks of blur. On being hit without taking damage, gain 10 or 20 Omni damage until a binding is used. That's interesting. It is 4 stacks of blur instead of 1, which is quite desirable. Because it's reduce all damage by 1 per stack. So getting 1 stack, minus 1 damage, meh. I mean, it's good, but it's not the end of the world. 4 stacks is kind of insane. Alternatively, an ally gains 2 stacks of blur, gains critical charge on 2 random bindings and 15 movement. Again, if we were stacking crits, it would be crazy. I'll probably refraction here. Get a nice defensive power. And I like, you can build yourself as a support when you're playing with friends. Okay, do we want -1 will, -1 will, or -1 will? Well, let's take one of the new ones. I could re-roll here, but I'm gonna say fine. I think I like the discounted image. Making this free, I mean, it's free every 3 turns. The smash would bring its cost down by 1, but I mean, that all brings it down by 1. Sorry, it brings it down to 1 every 4 turns. I think I like the discounted image. And so this makes it a lot easier to use the smash regularly. But refraction, we've already buffed it in a substantial way, so I think we're going to be incentivized to use it whenever it pops up. So I think I'm just going to do this. It's just, I feel like our image is in a stronger place. I was just looking around for pickupables.
Hello, young Quill.
What's up, guys?
I think we've run out of things to talk about.
So we got a shredder here. Now, this is the basic shredder. This does not double the stacks, but it's also not charge-based. We can trash as many vestiges as we want over here. And since we're in full, right, I've only got room for 1 more vestige in here. It is, I think, a good idea for us to shred some of these that won't matter that much. I don't think we need the training weights, so I think we may as well just shred this. These two... actually, one complaint I have is we can't rearrange these. What I can do is you can drop them and then pick them up in order to kind of reset them. But I kind of wish I could click and drag these to reorder them. We do have the Ambusher bonus, which is making these operate in the first 2 rounds of combat. Same thing with the blur. Alternatively, these are just common level ones, and maybe it's worth trashing both these. Again, we'd keep the Ambusher bonus, and then we'd need to find more things that use it. These are all really tempting, but I should really trash something, because 100% we're going to get better vestiges here. Maybe I'll trash the Elusive Whisper. We have ways of generating a bunch of blur, and this will give us 2 different sets and just lock those in. Again, we're not going to get better, right? This is just keeping the set bonuses as is, but it clears the spot. So we lose the on first 2 turns, gain a stack of blur, but we keep the extra 2 points and we have 3 vestiges open. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to keep these 2 guys because they actually are making a big difference currently. And 3 slots is hopefully going to be enough. So, again, I don't know if I've got a quest to either one of these. So, we'll go to the Vengewood. Who doesn't like to walk through the forest, right? Again, these runs can be done like 20 or 30 minutes, but obviously we're doing a lot of like talking and navel gazing about things. I think I might try a tougher fight. There's a superior vault over here, which the vaults are for the vestiges, and it's got an augment. On the other hand, here, also superior vault and a rare augment. Let's do this hard combat encounter. Possibly go wrong. Part of me still wishes I had the extra blur in the first 2 turns. We went kind of greedy, but so be it. All right, Tangled Quills. Phasing. Phases at the start of the turn, causing it to dodge the first attack made against it, but afterwards takes 25% incoming damage. So he's currently phased. So you literally won't take any damage from this. But then you'll be vulnerable. Snaring Strike, on hitting, inflict, ensnare, reducing movement until the end of the turn. All of them are just doing an arc attack, so it's going to be really easy to dodge them, which is nice. I may as well... Hold on, Blur goes away at the end of the turn, right? So I guess I won't use this right now. Because I'm not going to take any damage this turn. I don't need to blur. Maybe I hit them with Incendiary. Because they'll dodge... It's dodge. It's not that they'll take 0 damage. They'll dodge completely, so I don't think they'll get the burn either. I could do this and hit 2 of them. But it doesn't matter. I think stacking the damage on 1 is going to be okay. Since I got a crit shot, I guess the thing to do is to bonk them. Again, I'm annoyed that they'll dodge the burn, though. I don't think it really matters what I open with. Kind of all 6 and 1/2 dozen. So I think the bonk actually does more damage overall because of the burn, despite this being a crit and all that. Oh. Let me hit this guy, because then I can pick up this charge here. I'm going to hit you with this. You dodge that. Then hit you with this. Hit you with that. Pick this up to recycle the cooldowns. Bonk. Which is going to be critting next turn, and we'll just move out of your arc. Okay. There are going to be some extra summons here, which are definitely going to complicate the fight, I'm sure. Okay. These ink stains are pretty easy to kill. Especially with the fact that this is currently a crit, which is great. This is the guy I've been hitting. We're going to want to keep hitting him, but this is a very efficient leap. Played Songs Conquest. I have not. Really hate you. Yet another game I didn't know about, now interested in. Do this to me so often. I know, I wish I was getting a cut. All of them they're not doing an arc attack. They're all going to be looking to hit me this turn. There's no way I kill them all. So I think we're definitely going to refraction this turn. These guys are all hitting for 4. I'm going to take 0 from all of them. And this is also going to be... I'm being hit without taking damage, gain 20 Omni. So next round I'm going to have a bunch of bonus damage, which is great. Let's do another leap here. Knocking off their dodges. Pick this up, reduce my cooldowns. I can Incendiary. Perfect. Burn, baby, burn. And normally I'd be like, listen, he's going to die to the burn, but he's still attacking me, so I still want to kill him before he gets a chance to attack. But in this case, I want him to attack because he's going to do 0 damage to me because of my blur. Again, I don't like that I can't still see their raw damage. And I can't confirm if I'm taking shield damage. We know. Interesting. This one says ×4. This one says he's going to do 4 damage. We're going to do 0. These guys don't have the damage indicator. That's a little inconsistent. Why does he still have the 4 damage indicator? Huh. Anyway, I'm going to bonk this guy. 4 damage to his friend. Okay, I correctly took no damage from the blur. And I've got a bunch of Omni damage this turn. Still don't need to worry about this refraction. Again, the order doesn't matter too much here. Probably will have to use the self-blur this time. Do this, yeah, self-blur. Then I'll pick this up, roll the cooldowns by 1, get the extra energy. So the Leaping Strike and the Thwack do about the same straight-up damage, but this will also generate the burn. One thing I keep forgetting is optimizing my attack order around the heat. Because when I used the refraction, it reset my heat meter. So I really should have made sure to use that last. Although I want to use it before I picked up the orb. So actually what I should have done is use the refraction first, so I didn't have any heat to dissipate. I get that a lot. Okay, you're going to go in dodge mode. So let's leave. Crit smash. Excellent. All right, let's pick this up. Prepared Incendiary, turn start full discount, so it does make Incendiary free. Leaping Gaze now, Leaping Stunning Leap now inflicts Dazed. That's kind of good. So I daze enemies and they deal less damage. Or Shattering Bonk gives Shatter 30% bonus physical damage to target. So if I start the round by bonking them, then they'll be vulnerable to physical damage, which isn't going to apply to the Incendiary or my burn over time. I don't know, I think I like the Stunning Leap in this case. We could re-roll as well, but I think I'm okay with this. Yeah, we'll save the bonk. We only have 1 slot left on bonk. So we'll do this. And what do we got? Traitor's Dagger. On critting, inflict 10 stacks of poison. Precision and Venomous. Precision is more crit chance as well. Yeah, the game was like, no, you want to go crit build, right? Swift Hair. We're already capped on Swift. We don't have any Fabled. On using a Binding, 50% chance reduces cooldown by 1. This is actually a really cool ability. But Tarnished Treasure gives us more burn damage. So obviously we're going to do that. It also gives us the poison damage, which is like, can I take 2? But it also gives us finally a second point in Molten, which also increases burn damage. So our burn currently does 10 damage per stack. Picking up Tarnished Treasure will make it do 20 per stack. So yeah, and I like that it highlights things over here, which is nice too when you've already got like the ability. It'll showcase that. So we're definitely going to go Tarnished Treasure. So now we can definitely focus on burn. We're trying to force it. Okay, we've got the Vestige Shrine, which might not be the worst thing in the universe for a variety of different reasons. But we don't have that many augments, so I think I'll just go to Binding Augment. We have enough to buy the rare one, so I think I'll just do this. Smoldering Incendiary just makes it do more damage up front. Blurring Image would get +1 stack of blur. That's a lot of stacks of blur. And what's kind of useful about this is it makes it that much easier for the refraction to make us not take damage and therefore generate more Omni. So going from 4 to 5 isn't the most percentage-wise, but it dramatically increases the chance that the fraction kicks in. Or we can just lean into crits finally at some point, but there's a lot of extra damage. Counter assistance if it lands on the bonk, which is currently called Thwack, but if it lands on the bonk, like the crit chance is like, oh, well, that's somewhat redundant, but the damage is still good. I do use the Incendiary a lot, and it's actually something I haven't picked yet. So I might just do that. I think I'm going to do this. It's worth noting the plus damage is base damage before being modified by your Physic, Magic, Omni. That is quite cool. I'm going to take this just because it's one I haven't picked before, and it'll help us just progress through these achievements. Same thing here with Precise Image. So this, I mean, plus 100 crit damage per stack. We are, I mean, we do crit sometimes by having some base crit chance, but we're actually guaranteed to do 1 crit every round if we want. So being able to throw this on us, and it's something I haven't done before. I'm not sure it's the greatest synergy. Again, Explosive Incendiary, increased crit chance on Incendiary, and when it crits, it gets extra stacks of burn. Hold on, I might just take this, because if the random crit from counter assistance lands on the Incendiary, that generates a bunch of extra burn stacks. And it always generates 2 extra stacks of burn. I guess, could I peek at these two first before picking one? Maybe I can. Okay, we're at full health. We seem to have some decent tech. I might go for another hard encounter here. Double augments. So Heroic Vault, I think, might give us a legendary, or might just be epic vestige. It might be the Ancient Vault that gives you a legendary. Still pretty good, though. Yeah, there's a leave button. I'm always worried that, like, it'll reshuffle or lose the opportunity, but no. I guess it doesn't. We can do that. When I'm in the shop, I do tend to use the leave, but I think I don't think about it here. All right, let's do this. Wish I had potions. All right, this guy heals all enemies. So killing the supportive Spindlecaster early is good. We got a few people doing arrow attacks here. I think it's unlikely to kill all these, so I think we will go in Refraction. And I'll do it right away to not reset my heat count. What is you? Inflicting Amplify, increasing incoming damage by 50% per stack. Defeat to cleanse the effect. Oh, you already gave me a charge of this. Maybe I should burst you down first. This guy's got the power charge near him, which means naturally I might want to end up near him. This guy's pretty bad, though. Yeah, that's hitting all three. With a crit bonk. Wait, he... Okay, now I'm confused. This is the second time I feel something didn't take damage. The burn did land on him. I definitely hit him. I didn't miss target. Why is he still at full health? This is the current build. 1.0 drops tomorrow, and sorry, I didn't have access to it. Why didn't he take damage? Does someone know? I really want this guy to die, so I'm thinking about using the smash. Okay, with 3 energy left. I just keep doing the bonks. No, I can kill these guys by just bonking them repeatedly. Oh, I think it... Yeah, I don't know. Alright, he's died, which is good. So, because of the way our damage multipliers work, yeah, the Leaping Strike is definitely doing more right now. But with the extra stacks of burn from the thwack, I think that's the way to go, because I think this will generate more damage. Oh, I can't hit them both with the thwack. Never mind. So I will just leap on them. Well, I guess this guy's going to full heal everyone. I can't. This guy took no damage. I didn't see anything on them. He's still fully healthy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to smash this guy to make sure he dies. Oh, maybe it's showing what their health will be at the end of the round. That's an interesting point. Yes. That's right. It might... Is it? I'll try to Refraction last, but I don't care about my my burn stacks anymore. Can I hit? Oh, I can't hit all 4. Oh, no one's actually attacked me. What's this guy doing? I know he's got the icon. We didn't actually stun him. Oh no, he is attacking me. So again, this is where I'm like, I kind of wish we were just seeing the raw numbers. Why am I taking 0? I have 1 shield. It looks like he's doing 2, so I would expect I would be taking 1 point of damage right now. 1 to the shield, 1 this. He's got the daze, but it's still saying 2. I would have thought it would already be rounding it there, but I'm wondering if it's rounding, if it's not showing the rounding from days properly. So it's weird that, like, why everything seems to try to show us the post amount. Yeah, maybe it's a... Is it rounding up the display? It says damage output actually 1.5. It's rounding up here the display to say 2, but it's actually going to round down based on the damage I take. You'd think it would say 1, but maybe, okay, maybe I can't take less than 1. I can't take fractional. Maybe that's it. He's hitting for 1.5. It's rounding the display to 2. He's hitting me for 1.5. 1 of it goes to shield, and the 0.5 just goes away. There's a couple of little things, yeah, with the UI. So maybe with 1.0 that'll be changed. I'd be happy if it showed me the raw numbers, because actually I think I'd appreciate it more. So I guess there's still no reason to use the refraction here. Well, it would save me my point of shield and give me omni damage. I mean, only 1 charge of it. Here it might be more useful, especially since I'm going to have a hard time getting my cooldowns up. So I'm going to refraction first, because I'm assuming we need it this turn. And then, oh, I forgot that it also resets one of my cooldowns. I think the thing to do is going to be to come over here and give this guy a smash. Then pick this up. And then do the leap. Try to kill him. Yeah, let me do this. Burn, gives me extra stacks of heat. Then we can do the leap to make sure to finish you off. Next guy I'd like to finish off is this guy, because he's giving me the weakness shit. Although we're not going to have enough energy for that. Still going to take a point of damage. So be it. Position's not going to matter here. Maybe I'll just center myself up. You can get a bigger radius on the Inferno, or what's it called, Incendiary. Just super handy. Do this, because again, I need this guy to die. Pick this up, reset some cooldowns. No, I can only hit 3. But none of them are hitting enough. I'll be able to take no damage thanks to refraction here. So we're just going to spread the love around. There we go. I did something wrong here and I could have avoided all damage. The guy's to the burn, but still gets to hit me first. Inflicting poison for the first time each... We don't have a source of poison. We do weirdly have a poison booster. Faulty Flask. On losing HP, gain a stack of Vigor, so we get some life steal stuff. Frozen Statue, Everfrost, Shadow. Shadow's interesting. If you do this, you inflict self-damage as you get more stacks of this, but you get more Omni damage. This might be worth a reroll. This modifies Smash. We do have enough glyphs for a reroll on this as well. So we can modify Smash to detonate. This deals less base damage. It deals more damage for each stack of burn. Consumes all stack of burn on the enemy. On defeating the enemy, detonates, spreads to nearby enemies with burn. So Smash has the potential to do a lot more damage. Because we can get, like, we can get 10, 20 stacks of burn on an enemy. And all of a sudden it's doing a lot more damage and then spreading. Or Demolish. Deals slightly more base damage to a single enemy. On hitting, drops a moderate amount of quilling, so it gives us money. I don't know, we can do this. We're gonna have to be a little careful because now all of a sudden we lose our Smash as like a really good single target damage. Also, this is turning more damage into magic. This is now a magic ability here. But that's fine. We're not really pumping our physical damage anymore anyway. I guess we'll play with Detonate. Sure. Oh, again, I could have looked over here first too. See what the options are. Quicken Image. Okay, I really like the idea of reducing the cooldown and refraction now because it is free and awesome currently. Plus, it's something I haven't done yet. I think we're going to take this. What's interesting about Efficient Leap is it's not increasing the range, it's giving me more movement afterwards. So I can leap, and then afterwards I'll actually have more ability to walk around than I did before. I'm wondering about re-rolling this. None of these I think are like a hit for our build. Yeah. Hello! Plus 10 burn damage. Burn damage now increases damage dealt by Frostbite, which we still don't have a source of Frostbite, but still. It gives us another point of Molten, which brings up to rank 3, which is even more burn damage. And you deal 30% bonus attack binding damage to enemies inflicted with burn. Okay. Thaumaturgy. I don't even think I've seen this symbol before. When an enemy is inflicted with at least 2 effects between burn, poison, bleed. Not Frostbite, interestingly enough. But if we can get ourselves some poison or bleed in the build, it's going to be good. And this scales with Frostbite. Critting inflict dazed with the highest HP. That's really cool, but we're going to go for this. What does level 2 poison do? Plus 6, and then, yeah, so same thing. It gives more damage to it, and then you deal 30% more damage when it hits. Yeah, level 3 Molten is going to be excellent. So I don't have any money anymore, so going to the shop or going to the binding and the ability to buy another binding might not be worth it. I think we'll go to the Sea Breach. Although I'm hoping for instant rewards from this one. First of all, potion and money is not bad. Okay. Materializing in front of you is the mountain of crafted curiosities, atop which sits a woman working tirelessly, endlessly. What little light she has is waning, though you're not sure even that will stop her crafting. Perhaps if she were to be given more light, she'd be willing to part with more wares. So we can spend... Oh no, I thought this was a different event. So we can spend 10 quillings to get a high quality potion. We can spend 50 quillings to gain many fish. We don't have enough for the fantastic potion. I'm gonna go for the many fish. Now, we can consume one of these. I mean, they're all gonna be good. Is it the boss fight next? No, not next. Although we could probably do a tough fight. And we got a potion here too that actually we need to pick up. +1 will. That, pick up this potion. All right. Let's do a tough fight. So this would be 2 vestiges. We only have room for 1, although we could discard 1. This one here is 1 vestige and 1 augment, so I think I'll do this. Notice the smash turned from burning to magic. Well, it turned from physical to magic type. Yeah, we discussed this, and a few people brought it up. The detonate over here. Yeah. Let's do this. And we can always throw away these if need be, like the decayed binding. Ideally, I'd like to throw these into a machine so we can keep the set bonus. Oh, we got another little goodie hut here. Goodie hut. Loot goblin, really. So you've got, yeah, the on-hit snare. We've got this. We've got our power thing there. No one's doing a line attack, so actually all the damage is avoidable this turn, so I don't have to refraction. I can keep it for another turn, maybe. I don't know if the treasure pot even attacks. Both these are almost but not quite going to die from their current level of burn. It's funny, it almost looks like they're taking less damage here, but that's just what their damage is going to be after I do whatever I'm about to do. I don't think it matters how I kill these guys. Maybe I'll do this because it'll give me a slight amount more movement. By virtue of moving a little closer to where I'm trying to be. The thing was like, oh, set up burn and then detonate, but it's unnecessary here. I'd like to wait until after I did this just for the cooldown. That is a lot of damage. Oh! Oh, because I got the decayed bindings. I'm like, why is this doing so much? So yeah, it's got nowhere to spread the burns to, but geez. It will consume the burns. I guess I'll just hit him with the next turn. Especially since extra dudes are coming. I'll just stack a bunch of these because it'll spread to his buddies afterwards. So we'll take 0 damage. End turn. They're both going to attack and die to their burns. And so now, if I go and smash this guy, I'm going to spread the burn to these guys, and I won't kill them right away. Still. These guys are doing so little, I can just dodge it with oozing jelly. Or I'll just die that way. Wow. I'm out of enemies. All right. I mean, we do have 2 fish running right now, but I think we ended up doing a pretty good build. These guys spread out in a way that's quite annoying. I can just ignore the ink stains though, because I can just eat it with the refraction. Oh, I should have refraction first. This guy won't do any damage to me. Again, it says 1. That's not his raw damage though. Am I about to take shield damage? These numbers weren't updated. Because what I should do is stand in here, get hit by as many of them as possible, so that we get more Omni stacks. But I'd rather not lose. Yeah, it's a little fuzzy. Oh, right, he does have the snare if I get hit by it. It's hardly the worst thing in the universe, but here, we'll just go ahead and dodge. 2 insane will hit me, but do damage. He will die to the fire. Yeah, stay clustered up, thanks. Burn, baby, burn. Cool down, cool down. Ooh. On restoring your HP in combat, this vestige gains 2 poison damage up to 20 poison damage. So this will gain more poison damage. I think the poison damage this vestige gains is permanent too. So if you can heal yourself regularly, you can get this to increase poison damage. This doesn't generate stacks of poison. Just makes your stuff do more. Verdant Blossom is nice. It just heals you 10 at the end of combat. Max HP. If you have 50% match XP or less, gain resistance. Turn start. That is pretty resistant. I might do a reroll here. No, the goblin should have died. So we got the quillings from that, which is probably why we're at 300. I think I'm gonna reroll because none of these really stack with anything I've got going on. Well, more of our stuff is magic, not the bonk or the leap, but more of our stuff is magic. Each turn reduce the cooldown of the first binding used by 2. And I'll probably use the wrong one a bunch, but you know. All wills barred. On critting, gain 1 will once per turn. Well, I'm guaranteed. I mean, unless I don't use the ability. Currently, I am guaranteed 1 crit per turn, which this turn translates to +1 will, which is kind of nice. I don't know if I want to reroll again, because I'm worried about my money getting too low. I really like Expert Binder. It's really good. You get this, and then all of a sudden, like, because the orbs, picking up an orb gives you -1 cooldown and everything, but this guarantees setting a cooldown to 0 for things. And it just makes the orbs that much more powerful. And you can get builds that generate a lot of it. I'm going to grab this. I'm not convinced it's a powerhouse, but sure. And then over here, the bigger bonk. It has been a little bit annoying to not be able to land the bonk on everything to spread the fire first. On the other hand, we can also spread the fire by just having the incendiary having a much reduced cooldown. So that's another possibility. They're both good. Or just the leap for this huge amounts of mobility. But it's not too bad. They're all pretty good here. I want Incendiary more. lean into the burn. Although the bonk stuff is also a burn. This is the destroy a vestige gain. It's double its set, or the sea breach. I think we're gonna go for double its set, although I'm not sure which one it might be right now. Maybe we just throw All Will's Bard in there, because it would get us to the first tick of precision. It would get us the first tick of Will Collector as well. I think we'll probably do that. Oh, we got a fish. Well, let me consume this oozing jelly, and we'll fish up a new fish. And a potion. I'll tell you what, I will eat the brain tuna and do that. So yeah, I'm going to shred this. The on-critting gain 1 will per turn is nice, but I think we'll appreciate having the power stacked up here. It gains us 2 effects. Okay, I think this is the last stop before the boss. Now, it's the last fight before the Guardian. Okay, not the end boss. Shop. Burning Heart. On inflicting burn for the first time each turn, gain 3 shield. That's going to work pretty well for us, you guys. I'm a little upset that we can't get this and an augment, but that is so nice. Doesn't get us to the next level of Molten because that's quite far away. But we inflict burn every turn, so this is going to give us some free shield. I don't think we can even click the augment. Yeah. So the second you click on this, it spends the money. You still, it's going to be like you get your pick of 3, and I think the ability to reroll still, but the second you click on this, it spends your money. So I couldn't have peeked this first and then bought that. Oh. I had a quest book. Oh, I didn't notice it back there.
Place your hand upon the podium.
Thank you. Thank
and
you.
Your quill begins to pulse. In your hand appears a torn page with fading ink. A story fragment, now yours.
In advance one of our quests. All right, Guardian battle. Lusk, the Blight Bag. Little loose, volatile, end of turn, explodes itself to deal damage. And I think it's map wide. Yeah, I can't avoid this graphic here. I think is showing it's like the entire screen. If I kill them first, it doesn't list a hit point for them though. Can I kill them first? Oh, there it is. Oh, because it's predicting their death, so it's not actually showing their health. Yeah, okay. That's not going to spread to that one. Good. Now, I'm not gonna have to worry about my dodge, my refraction, because I simply won't take damage. I could hit you with this, but maybe I'll just wait and do it next turn. Instead, what I can do is just bonk you a couple more times, stack some more burn on you, and then next turn just hit you with a giant smash to detonate, also killing anything that's nearby. I think that's the way we're gonna do it. Yeah, so if I just do this. Oh, right, it's not instant damage, it just puts burn on these guys, so they're still gonna detonate. So I'm still gonna have to kill them by hand. Still. I'm gonna do this, it's gonna force you into a mode change. I think that we just hit him for 6,000 there. So I can't hit him anymore. I've got energy left over. I can't hit him, it'll do 0. On the other hand, immune to bindings. Yeah, I probably can't put burn. On the other hand, he's not attacking me. I may as well do this because there was a chance it would have reset to a crit. I may as well still pick this up because I think these go away at the end of the turn, so I may as well pick it up just for the cooldown. And yeah, I guess I'll bonk you again because we might generate a crit. No. Still, fine. I didn't check. One of my potions? Vulnerable. Reduce a cooldown. That's quite cool. Let's go and throw the disintegration oil. It makes you vulnerable here. There you go, 50% more damage, which is good. If I jump on you guys, you're not gonna die. If I hit you with this... Can I hit all three? Yes. Oh, it's tough. Good. I'd like to leap and then pick this up for the cooldown reduction, but in practice I might be a little too far. Well, I've got to come out here afterwards to escape the damage. No, I think the thing that makes the most sense. Come here. Leap in, save myself some movement. Move up a little bit so that I can hit this guy with the bonk. Boss has got a big hitbox that's kind of hard to navigate around. Good. Turn. Move out to here. See, I think I'm still taking damage here. It's 9. I think it's so hard to tell. But I think it might be 963. And I think various effects are happening because of the days. I think here I might still... Although, again, people have the shield goes away at the end of your turn. Maybe that's why I don't need to care about the shield damage. If I do this, I'll get a stack of Omni, but it's not that much. Okay. The shield yeah, I don't think you get the heat at the end of your turn. Maybe you do. Anyway, possibly. But I guess I was thinking that shield carried over from turn to turn. That's why I was concerned about how much shield damage I was taking. But if shield doesn't carry over from turn to turn, because I was getting confused, it's the shielding. So all I knew is, like, sometimes I still had shield the next turn, sometimes I didn't. But that's because I didn't understand shielding. Then I guess I can just treat that 0 as a real thing. He's got a couple of assholes back here that are super far away and are very annoying right now. Can't just kill you, right? No, there's not enough stacks of burn on you. These a-holes. I love... For when I first started, I thought any movement I used was like consuming the movement. No, you can walk around as much as you want until you lock in the attack. It's beautiful. Very smart system. Okay, I will be able to hit 2 with this. Anyway, we do have to refract. Is my refract saving me? No, it's just 4 stacks of blur. I mean, it will eliminate most of the damage. Okay, we're going to assume we're going to refract this turn. Let me reset my movement before I do that. We're going to assume we're going to refract this turn. And getting out of this guy's circle is definitely going to reduce the damage a lot. And I can kill some of these. But maybe I just soak their damage. I think I'm going to get full heal after this fight. Yeah, we're just going to stack burns. Feel the burn. Pick that up. Jump to here. Oh, you got dazed, which is great. So now we're taking 0 damage. And we do get the shield from our heat because we hit 5 stacks. Okay, looking good. Might just be able to blow him up next turn. He's still got a sliver of health, but if we do, say this. Dead. All right. So, take the free heal. Incendiary. Oh, okay. I've never taken the wildfire upgrade, so I'll probably take that. Like 10 damage to 100 damage to single targets. Oh, okay. So it's no longer a gun area, which is annoying. On the other hand, it was so small that a lot of times I was using Incendiary as a single target attack anyway. It inflicts 12 stacks of burn, so 4 more than me4. If the enemy dies by the end of your turn, half its stacks of burn spread to all other remaining enemies. Oh yeah, that sounds great. Spread like wildfire. I think it's got a longer cooldown. Oh, it said 4, but I think I've got the -1. That's why. Okay. Extracting Bonk. On a hit, 10% chance spawn an orb. The orbs are the things you pick up. It gives you will and lowers all the cooldowns by 1. You can do some crazy orb generating builds. This isn't really it, but like I had a run, I think on this guy here, where he was generating at least 2 orbs every turn. Plus there's a free one, so he's picking up 3 orbs per turn, which means 3 extra energy and resetting all his cooldowns basically every turn. I'm going to take the discounted smash. I don't know that the -1 will cost is the biggest deal because we're not smashing every turn, especially with detonate. We're not, because mostly we're setting it up. I'm tempted to take it because it's something I haven't taken before, but maybe I don't. I don't think this is as valuable as opposed to our normal physical smash, because I really have to load a lot of burns on there first to make it more worthwhile. So I'm going to take Dense Leap. Yeah. Maybe we can get back in the place where Leap can one-shot the really weak enemies, which is cool. Okay, this should be our last branch of this dungeon now. Cinder's Lair. Man, this 20 or 30 minute run is going to take the full 2 hours and then some. Oh yeah, this toy box can be brutal. So Box of Inks. Each turn increases attack and shield all enemies and create new minions. You have to burn this guy down really fast or you're going to get overwhelmed, which is sort of contrary because normally what I do is I focus on trying to trim down the number of enemies as quickly as possible, which could still happen, but we have to lay down damage on here. Now, both Chompy and this Barb Banshee are going to be line attacking me, although probably we'll just Refraction. I think we're going to assume a Refraction, so I'm going to start with that. And I'll reset my heat. And yeah, this is now single target. We're definitely going to apply it on this guy. Although this is really... Oh, sorry. I was using the wrong ability. Wildfire. Wildfire is really nice if I can kill an enemy. So it'll transfer, but I think I really want to stack as many as possible on this dude. And we actually might end up doing the detonate. Because it'll also hit the neighbors. It's gonna let you put more stacks of burning before detonating. I see what you're saying. There you go. It's hitting both these. I could have put another stack on there, but I wasn't entirely sure. All right, so we're nicely at 0. This big guy's almost gonna die. Maybe if I'd done it differently, I could have killed him first. And we are gonna get another run. I bet you I could have killed him in one round if I had paid attention. I was just kind of assuming that I wouldn't be able to. And I think if I'd done things in a slightly different order, I would have. So that'll kill him. I'm wondering if it's worth bonking him first to put some extra burn on him. It would just be an extra 4 burn, but it would spread it to nearby enemies, but it would actually land on quite a few enemies. Wait a minute. Weren't they showing up in gold before? Oh, fuck. I'm misreading what this does. I thought this spread the burn to nearby enemies. But no, instead is you want to get burn on multiple enemies, and then when you trigger detonate, it detonates all the enemies. Assuming you kill your target, anyone else with burn will then trigger detonation. That is, yeah, I was doing this very unoptimally. That's incredibly unfortunate. I'm gonna do this. I was really hoping it would land on Refraction and reset its cooldown. Got him over here. What's your combat point? It's more important to kill you. You've got more stacks of damage. Can I hit both these? No, they're just too far apart, I think, for me to hit both of these chompies. Dang it. Enemy dies by the end of the turn. So, as long as I kill someone with the wildfire, it will spread some burn. Oh, hold on. I should have Refraction first to not reset my heat. That spread your burn. Oh, you're not dying instantly. That's annoying. But you've got burn on you now. If I go and hit this guy, that will then trigger the detonate on you, which will kill you and spread your burns to other people. Okay. Wow, have I ever been doing that combo not correctly? All right, so we're only going to take 1 raw damage here. And a bunch of shit is burning. Which means if we can get our detonate cooldown, which actually we can do. Here's what we can do. We can pick up this orb. It'll lower all our cooldowns by 1. Which means now refraction is available. When I use this, it'll lower the cooldown of a random binding by 2. The only thing still on cooldown is the detonate. The detonate is back. Oh, and it's ready to crit. So I can hit anything with this, and it will detonate nearby enemies. Which, unfortunately, the best I can do is hit this guy, and it'll detonate these 2. Still, that's not too shabby. Yeah, I think we want a wildfire first generally. Guys, spreads its burn to all other remaining enemies. So yeah, we always want to, if we know we're going to kill something and we're about to kill this guy, we want a wildfire first. This isn't going to actually make the detonate do more. But since we know he's going to die, we're going to do this. And all these enemies are getting more stacks of burn. Okay, we're nearing the end of the run, but just figured out this combo. I mean, to be fair, a lot of the combo wasn't available until a second ago. Now, I can't kill anyone with a leap. This guy's the only one who's doing an arrow-based attack. But that's the only source of incoming damage, and actually I'm taking 0 raw damage anyway. But let me jump here, pick up this. You won't quite die to the burn. Could hit you some more. Actually, I just realized I could hit both these. A bit of a lost opportunity. Alright, so we're going to take 0 actual damage. And only 1 dude's left alive. Okay. These are all epic level. On critting, reduce all cooldowns by 1. How crazy is that? Also gives us another stack of precision, which would bring our crit chance up by another 5. Expert binding, we haven't started stacking. Oh, we can get a second brand of the Frost Shade, which is another Molten. We're still 1 shy of the max Molten bonus. It does get us to Thaumaturge. Doesn't help because currently we're not generating poison or bleed. But on defeating an enemy inflicted with burn, which we do, this vestige gains 1 burn damage. Oh, this is the upgraded version of a thing we already have. Didn't we already have this? Because I think these can come in different variants. So this one actually gets stronger over time, which is pretty desirable. Now we are going to have to drop something. But out of this, we're definitely taking, I assume, the brand of the Frost Shade or whatever. And we get some more choices over here, too. See, this is why I'm like, oh, I wish I'd shredded some more things. Maybe I can drop these Decayed Bindings now, because we may not need to worry about front-loading our damage the same way. None of these are actually terribly exciting. This would give us a second tick of Warden, assuming we can run it, which would give us a little bit of damage resist, increasing our poison damage. Oh, this inflicts poison the first time each turn. Oh, no, on inflicting poison. Yeah, no. On restoring HP, poison damage. Oh, maybe we just re-roll this one. Oh, we only have 2 options. Whack-a-bonk. Bonk costs 0 will the first 2 times you use it each turn. Okay. I think we might re-roll. We're 1 shy of our 6th Molten. I think because none of these are that tempting, I'm going to re-roll and hope we get something Molten. Nim's Oath is legendary. Plus 4 max HP, which is a fair amount. That's 8% more max HP. On turn start, inflict daze to all enemies. I'm sorry, what? Every turn we just daze all enemies? Get a second shielding. I mean, we got to take Brand. Or do we? Second point of shielding is good too. Inflict daze to all enemies. That plus our other shit probably means we mostly don't take damage. What? No, this would increase our tribe. For sure. Like, it's highlighting Molten and Thaumaturge. If we took this, we would go to Molten 6. So Molten 6, instead of removing 1 stack of burn, add 3 stacks. And so much burn damage. Holy shit. Yeah, 25% damage reduction. I mean, we do inflict some daze, I think, with our leap here. Holy shit. Oh yeah, you expect when you mouse over, change to 6. Yeah, it's highlighting the things it will affect, but doesn't update the number instantly. The burn damage increase is insane here. I think they're both super good. And yeah, gain burn damage. Let's do it. Let's just stack the burn, baby burn. Okay, so we dropped those. That's fine. We don't need the ambush stuff. We don't have any other things that use the ambush bonus anyway. This is still quite good. This is still quite good. This is really good. This is really good. If anything, this might be the weakest one. If we have an opportunity to do a shred to open up a spot, we might take this, just because at this point the +5 burn damage doesn't do that much. I mean, we want to keep Molten 6, but if we can do a shred. So yeah, we're just have to leave that shit on the ground. Now what's going to happen here is we're going to go here, and this I think is right before the boss. You'll see there's a shredder. We'll be like, oh, let's go back and pick that shit up. The problem is when you zone like this, it does remove the drop vestiges, unfortunately. Now, we could be like, oh, let's shred. This is what happens. Like, the first 10 times I got to this stage, I was like, oh good, there's a shredder. Let me shred a couple of things, make some room. Yeah, this is the final boss fight. So the only reason you'd want to shred is if you got a better offer for something in here. But we don't have any money, so it's not going to come up. It's too bad, because we could actually get this Tongue of the Frozen Flame, which is pretty nice. This, when we hit an enemy with burn, inflict frostbite. This is how we would generate frostbite. I think we were offered this at some point and we didn't take it. Now I kind of wish we did, because we had some interesting synergies available. And I wish we had the augment generator here, but that's it. I could reroll for burn. Yeah, but it's 100 quillings to reroll. It's not the glyph here, so I'd spend all my money to reroll. I don't have enough money to buy anything anyway, so tain't nothing to do. I can't heal my 1 HP. Let's just go. Let's go fight Cinder. We're gonna fight fire with fire. The glyph currency is to reroll augments when they're offered to you. Maybe other things too, but. Cutscene. So, this guy's pretty annoying. So Cinder inflicts Cinderpox on players, dealing damage in a turn. If you defeat Tangled Reinforcements, you make cleaning shrooms, which cleanse it. So I think over here we will see stacks of the Cinderpox show up, and that will be guaranteed damage in the end of turn. This is the Tangled. If we kill you, it will drop a shroom. The shroom will last for a couple of turns. Blazing Barrier deals 2 damage to the attacker when taking damage. That's annoying. And then the Cinder Cultist here is channeling, inflict Blazing Barrier to all enemies, defeat the cleansing effect. So, and then there's the boss himself that clearly we need to do some damage to. How do we approach this? All of the remaining enemies. I think what we do is we take out this cultist first. Yeah, bird made of plants that's on fire, right? Totally makes sense. I think we defeat this cultist first, with the plan of hopefully killing this guy next turn, probably in time for us needing a shroom. There's some guaranteed... Well, there's only one source of guaranteed damage coming in, but I think that might refraction anyway. Although, do I want a refraction after I use an ability to set a cooldown? Like, what if I wildfire? Refraction to reset your cooldown. Oh, it doesn't reset, it just brings out my 2. But then I can eat this. idea was to wildfire him twice and then kill him to spread the stacks, but maybe that doesn't make any sense because it gets halved. I think if I reset the cooldown, I just go ahead and wildfire this guy directly. Yeah, probably that. This guy's hitting me for damage. Now, I could do that, but I don't... I need to defeat you to detonate, which doesn't matter. This guy's dying anyway. I think I just go and hit the bird some. I start putting some burn on you. I want you to be burning so you get triggered by the detonate if I use it anyway. Looking for a little glow. You can detonate. Oh, yeah, no. Move here. Take 0. Yeah, wildfire actually needs to happen on your turn. Called the turn. It was this guy that's hurting me when I'm attacking him. Wasn't it? Or did I misunderstand the cultist? Anyway, we're good now. So... I've got the pox. Do this. I can wildfire now. This guy's already going to die. Actually, he's not quite going to die. Okay, so I'll wildfire you, then bonk you with this, which will guarantee to kill you, and spread half those stacks across. Now, I got the shroom, and it does take me 1 energy to go and pick this up. Right now, I've only got 2 stacks of Cinderpox, so I take 2 damage. I'm taking 3 because I think this guy's doing a map-wide... Oh. Why am I taking 0 here? Oh, I see the box now. So I don't actually have to worry about cleansing this. I don't think the mushroom goes away when I use it. It just costs me a will. I think the thing to do is to pick up this and then just hit him a bunch with the bonks and then just get out of damage and then next turn use this. I guess I can pick this up now. It doesn't matter. Oh, I forget my first few bonks are also free. My first 2 bonks per turn are free. Oh, he's just going to do a phase transition in a second here, isn't he? Not quite. There you go. Now he's burning up that he will phase transition after he attacks me. There you go. Or after he attacks. He's going to miss me. Do this. He'll burn. Phase transition, which is good because in this way he never gets a turn where he's immune. I still only got 1 stack of Cinderpox, but this is going to go away at the end of the turn, so I may as well use it now. If I pick this up, it'll reset my wildfire cooldown. Yeah, no, I guess I want to use this first, then pick up this to help bring the refraction cooldowns down. You're not burning right now, so there's no reason to detonate. And we're probably not going to detonate to do this turn. Pick this up. Throw some wildfire on you, so you're starting to burn. There we go. I will go and pick up this mushroom. Oh. We're only purging 2 stacks, but I think it's going to be okay. Bonk. 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 You're probably going to summon shit. You know what? Let's just throw as much burn on you as possible. And that'll be my turn. Thing goes away. You did Cinderpox me. Oh, okay, hold on. This guy turns on... Okay, I didn't understand how this was working. That's why this guy didn't give me a debuff. He's putting the thingy on people. Including presumably himself? No, not himself. Fraction. Wildfire. You're already dead, but if right now if I were to hit the boss, I would be inflicting damage on myself. So this won't quite kill you. Do this. There. Now kill you. Pick up that. Get out of the death zone. I'm sorry, can I not hit you? I guess because you're flying? Oh. Well. That's annoying. And there's no shroom, so I can't clean the cinderpox. So I'm taking a bunch of damage, unavoidably. I mean, at least he's also burning. Although I don't think it's going to quite hit his transition, which is annoying. Because I'm going to poke him one time next turn, and then he'll transition and take no damage from anything else. Well, this is pretty crummy. I don't even know what he's doing in this area, because it doesn't seem to be increasing damage, but let's stand outside of it. Oh, he's just putting down some more goop. Yeah, see, he's gonna do a phase transition this turn no matter what I do. Do I just not hit him? Because it's gonna reset his burn and everything. Yeah, the poison's rapidly stacking. He needs to summon another shroom guy. He transitions regardless. I'm like, well, I don't want to set a cooldown up. These are free. I'm like, oh, but do I even want to consume the crit? I don't know. Oh, maybe I can cause him to scene transition, or phase transition now. Let's get the max speed. Yeah, there, it just happened. He's phase shifting. Okay, that's actually really good. Yeah, it resets all his heat stack, which is annoying. So now he's going to give me 2 stacks of Cinderpox per turn. This is actually brutal. So it's really going to be a race. But yeah, I can't hit him now. But at least, yeah, we force it now, which means it's not an awkward thing where... Yeah, all right. I'm sorry, are you not summoning another shroom guy? Am I crazy or normal? It feels like normally he keeps summoning these guys. Do that. I'm gonna reset my wildfire cooldown. I'm gonna bonk him as much as possible. And do it one more time. Pick this up for energy. Is it... Now we get into some weird math. Is it better for me to detonate this turn, and then next turn rebuild heat, try to detonate it again? Or is it just better to stack more heat, or sorry, more burn, so he takes the burn damage and then just do a bigger detonate? You know, assuming whenever the cooldown might come up again. I don't know what the math is. But I guess we're not about to die, so I'll probably just keep bonking him. Okay, summon that asshole again, but where's the tree that drops a mushroom? We might just be able to go for a kill, though. What order do I want to do things in? I think what I want to do is pick this up first. Wildfire you. Then refraction myself. Oh yeah, it's only a -2. It's not a reset cooldown. Right. If I keep hitting him, this guy's going to kill me through this. Although, I think he might be at fatal levels. Okay, this green goop doesn't do the thing where I take more damage. I'm assuming it's just going to give me extra Cinderpox stacks if I end my turn in it. It's not giving me immediate damage feedback or anything. Attacking while standing goop gives you more stacks? No. Yeah, there's no on-screen feedback to that, which is great. Okay, if I just don't die, he might just... Because he's going to be here. Well, this will reset his burn. So I guess if I just don't detonate him, I can kill him next turn. Or what I do is I bonk the cultist and then just detonate the cultist. Or I just don't detonate at all and just wait until next turn. Is this gonna kill Cinder? Cinder's gonna take more damage if I attack the cultist now than if I attack him. Okay. I think there were multiple routes to victory there, but it felt very intimidating. Whee! All right, our burn build worked. I've done some builds with burn before. I think this is the one with the most burn. Oh, the only personal best I got in this run is number of fish eaten? Wow. Well, not enough achievements. Well, I thought we were going to do more than one run in here, but apparently not. There you go, some season perfection. Originally, when this was originally put out, they did have like kind of a battle pass system like you could buy, and you could also like buy some cosmetics. And technically, there's still a couple of DLCs on Steam for cosmetics. But at some point, I think it was about 3 months ago, they like ripped out all the microtransactions from the game. I mean, they were always just like cosmetics and funsy stuff and whatever, most of it, as far as I understood it. But they decided to rip out all of it, which is a nice thing to see. So yeah, this was the most basic character, right? The most brain dead character, and obviously we had a lot of possible options to do. Ooh. Got some test stuff for me? I'll be back. Been too long. Smell fresh ink and musty parchment. Hey, brother? He's quite one, which means I'm left to run my mouth, but I'm not complaining. I assume it's the bright baubles that brought you over. Can't say blame you. Right. Yeah, we can call his brother by ringing this bell. His brother.
Inkbound's got you fighting villains now, huh?
I haven't done any online play. Probably I'll do it tomorrow night.
Sneeze without the Inkbound
My
say
friends.
so. Real.
You can also party up with random people, I
But
think.
I respect it. Still, glad that.
You can find party, select run, yeah, matchmaking, or you can just go to your friends list, which is nice. I haven't done any of it. People have spoken very highly of the group stuff. And yeah, apparently there's some really funky synergies that are going on. Because like, so we had things where if we were hitting enemies with that had frostburn or frostbite or whatever on them, we would do extra stuff. We could have a friend of ours generating it. Just as a quick demo for one of the other characters, I just want to show you this. We'll pop in and then I'll abandon the run. This clairvoyant though, weird AF. I haven't figured out how he runs yet. I've only done a couple of runs with them. I think I lost the first one and won the second one. Still very confused by how he works.
Maybe it's this way.
If I just go, we'll abandon this run. I just want to showcase this guy's weird ass. Fight. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother picking it up. All right, so the clairvoyant. When we start the fight, first thing he's gonna do is drop his orb on the ground. All right, there's our orb right over there. None of our abilities come out of us. Everything comes out of the orb on the ground. We've got a psychic pulse, which does damage to everything within the radius of the orb, not where my character is. We've got a spirit bomb, which is even bigger. Now, the psychic pulse generates psionic charge, which we can see over here. Reaching 3 gives you full charge, amplifying your bandings and aura. The other thing is the Spirit Bomb deals damage. So you said full charge, deals 200 damage, consumes all Sonic charge. So you can Psychic Pulse a bunch, generate some charges, then Spirit Bomb. And then the other thing you've got is Telekinesis, which moves the orb, dealing damage to anything it passes through. And if it passes through me, it generates a shield. Now, you'll see here, it's highlighting this guy in yellow. Oh, it is going to do damage to him there. Okay. See, it doesn't do damage to anyone here. Yeah, no, there we go. I was just saying, it's highlighting him in yellow. Oh, but maybe because it's the healing bullshit. But no, I think it's only enemies it passes through. I think the radius and the highlight in yellow here is actually just showing the radius for the Psychic Pulse ability. Again, I'm new to this guy. But like, so the ideal might be, I'll stand here. I'm going to send the orb through me, generating a point of shield, and then through this Spindle Caster. Maybe I'll keep it short. I'll keep it to here. There you go. So and then I'm going to detonate. And then I'll move to here and send the orb through a couple of different dudes. See, it is going to damage that one. All right, and then we can send it back over here. We're dealing lots of damage. It's quite interesting. I'm sorry, am I not generating shield? How come I don't have shield? Oh, the radius is the end of turn damage your orb does because of Hazard Aura. See, I was going to say, the game talks about... oh, there it is. Hazard Aura. At the end, deal 25 damage enemies in the aura. Okay, there it is. Thank you. I was like, where is this aura thing? But it's there. And you can change it through some cards and mods and stuff. Okay. Thanks. And I didn't play with him enough to understand what it was. I kept wanting to check the in-game wiki. Like, explain this class to me, because I sure as hell don't get it. Move you to right here. And then detonate with this. The one downside, other than with this aura and trying to like gauge things, because the Psychic Pulse is the same size, although you can get something to increase the size of the Psychic Pulse. It's hard to preview to know when you're moving your orb if it's going to be in the right radius to hit other things. Now this is fully charged. Now the Hazard Aura is going to deal 50 at the end of the turn. I see. But why am I not gaining shield? Gain 1 shield when the Shard Globe passes through you. Is it not passing through me? Clearly doing something wrong. I'm sure I was getting shield when I was testing this guy before. Anyway, so there's that. And then if we abandon the run. So this guy, I think, is rated a 3 complexity. Which, to me, seems very complex. Because he requires, like, some funky positioning stuff. And what I don't... So I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it's a 3 and I'm just dumb. But it seems like maybe it's more complex. And this is a guy with a 5. I don't get it. Why is this guy a 5 complexity? Because his basic abilities seem really easy to understand. I think maybe it's because he does both physical and magical damage and operates like on some alternating. Oh, no. Yeah, the constant movement, but I didn't find it too much. I mean, we're pretty mobile on the other thing too. Maybe it's because one of his abilities is really about closing in. So his basic ability, Runic Strike here. Teleport to an enemy, deal 90 physical damage. Gain 5 movement. Next usage deals magic damage. So this guy alternates. Every time he hits with a Runic Strike, it's physical, magic, physical, magic, physical, magic. Then his Infused Fist is uppercut an enemy, pushing them back, and dealing 50 magic damage. The target hits the first enemy in the path, and both take an additional 80 collision damage. And then finally we get Eruption, which deals physical damage and magic damage in an arc. Like, look at this. This arc gonna do huge amounts of damage. It's really cool. The punch that like charges you forward, like, okay, charge forward, that's fine. And then he's like, and then I'll move over here, this guy into this guy. And if I had enough energy left over, I'd show off the Eruption. But I guess it costs 3 will, which I hadn't quite realized. And he's got this combo mechanic. After using Runic Strike 3 times, gain combo 1. On using your next binding, consume combo to reduce the cost and cooldown by 1 per stack. And maybe that's it. Maybe it's about, you know, it's A, the movement, and B, the fact that you're really having to coordinate your combo generation with using the right abilities to get the discounts and stuff like that for the complexity 5. But to me, To me, it feels like the Clairvoyant is more complex than this guy. But maybe after I play them both a bunch of times, we'll see. I've just been having so much fun with the Magma Miner. It just feels very, very crunch. Good. It's like Oriano and LOL. I haven't played League of Legends in a long time. I used to play a lot, though. Yeah, which damage you prioritize seems like an added complexity. Yeah, because you alternate the two, and then a lot of your relics will boost magic, some will boost physical. There's a relic, there's a couple of different relics. There's one that, like, reduces all your cooldowns by 1 every time you use a physical, then a magic. It's Blissey! Hey! That's like our Blissey, right? Blissey from our chat? I think? Movement, positioning, combo, mixed attack stat could get complex. Yeah. And, you know, maybe after I use the Clairvoyant a couple more times, it'll feel very natural. And, like, I'll get it. But, yeah. And I haven't played these others too much. The Weaver, so these 4 are the starter ones. The Weaver is one of the starter ones, and it's listed as 4 difficulty. I haven't played it too much. Got the thread count thing, and I haven't unlocked the Star Captain or the Godkeeper. And presumably, this is the sort of game where they could keep adding these aspects forever and ever and ever if they wanted to. So we'll see how it goes. Magna Miner's Bonk Incarnate. Okay, we've gone over the stream time by 30 minutes. We're going to put a cut in here. Our next live stream's on Wednesday. Right now, the plan on Wednesday is to take a look at Infection Free Zone, which is a game we've played before. Infection Free Zone comes into early access officially on Thursday. It has been possible to get some early keys early, like before this. So some people have been playing it through kind of an early beta process. But officially, early access for Infection Free Zone starts on Thursday. Thursday is also when RimWorld and Anomaly comes out. The Anomaly expansion from RimWorld and 1.5 officially comes out. I'm going to expect that we'll probably be doing a bonus live stream on Thursday for RimWorld Anomaly. So keep an eye out for that. Make sure to follow the channel if you haven't already. And yeah, Wednesday we'll probably be giving Infection Free Zone another visit. The big draw with this, which is a survival building game with zombies, is that you can play in any city in the world. It uses Google Maps, or it uses some sort of mapping system to generate real world geometry. So we'll probably play in my hometown, just like we did last time. And that's going to be interesting to do and to talk about. So I think Wednesday will be Infection Free Zone. I suspect there'll be a bonus stream on at least Thursday for RimWorld Anomaly. Maybe Friday as well. We'll see. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah, Thursday sounds busy. Probably. Oh, yeah. I mean, Infection Free Zone officially comes out on Thursday, but we're going to be playing it on Wednesday. Anyway, that's it for today. We're going to go and raid a Kiss for Luck. Give her some love. I'll see you on Wednesday for probably Infection Free Zone. Bye, everyone.